Hello everyone, how's everyone doing? We're gonna be watching a lot of trailers today, including Alatham, so that's gonna be interesting. All the 3.4 ones, and a few Honkai ones too, and some older ones. The only Honkai ones I'm actually missing are the Vilvi one and the Alethea, which I actually haven't watched. I thought I watched. I was up to date. I didn't even notice they existed, so yeah. We actually started this a few moments ago. Hold up, let me show you guys which ones we're gonna be watching. It's these 11 videos right here. Before I go try Redlotus, I've actually already tried Redlotus 3 times and I've failed, but I'm not gonna give up yet. It's my first time in Redlotus, so I don't want to give up until I at least get 100 crystals, which is apparently very hard for me. So yeah, we're gonna be trying Redlotus after you watch these videos, but before that, let me actually open up because I'm not exactly ready. Let me just open up YouTube on the phone so I can actually see comments. Otherwise, it's gonna be complicated. So hold up, and then we're ready to go. We're gonna be starting with Genshin trailers, and then we move on to the 2 Honkai ones. And then the Redlotus Abyss from Honkai. I'm probably gonna take a break between Genshin and Honkai. But yeah, that's basically it. Also, return to Genshin on the 25th if that interests you. So yeah. It's very soon. I actually kind of want to return earlier now, but gotta stay with the word. Plus, if I returned earlier, it wouldn't be very convenient because Honkai chapter soon. And when I want to return to Genshin, I want to return and go all in. At least for a week, probably not long, but at least for a week, I want to focus on it. And so yeah, let's actually wait till the 25th. Anyways, we're ready and let's begin. Character teaser, I'll hate them. These are the story-based ones.
The origins of writing are lost to time, and it is forbidden to investigate the genesis of language.
Why?
But since their inception, these symbols have silently recorded everything.
Origins of writing?
The skies, the stars,
Ayo!
the mountains.
I'm sorry. Stars, you mean? Am I the only one? Sorry, Honkai players, you guys notice this? Kaslana Stigma Space? I know it's probably not, but I wonder if there's a connection to stars, I guess? I don't know. I swear, this is also the thing that they showed when they were talking about the origins of Honkai. So.
The stars, the mountains, and the birds.
I love the art style they go with.
Conflict. Peace.
Nahida!
And people from all walks of life. Words are strung together and edited, history made, and archived for posterity.
I love the way like the words are going out of him, like,
but the questions it leaves unanswered.
Sorry, hold up. You see the words like coming out of the book? It's kind of like he's symbolizing that he's not just reading for the sake of reading, but he's reading and taking in the knowledge, making it his own. Which is, I think one of the things that the trailer touched on is that just reading isn't directly give you knowledge, but rather taking that knowledge and actually putting to use. That's what real knowledge is, real wisdom, so to speak.
The scribe records not only the truth, but the questions it leaves unanswered. Many of them will remain unanswered forever.
Huh? Right?
The profoundest eternal questions are met only with a boundless and eternal silence.
I love the art style here, holy heck. Sumeru City. That was pretty nice. Okay. Let's get to the demo. I don't have much comment on it aside from that specific symbols on the book, but the art style, that was amazing, especially this one. This is wallpaper worthy, so maybe I'll use it when I return to Genshin. Maybe I'll put it as my wallpaper, to be honest. Continuing, character demo, Alatham. I've loved the Alatham theme so far, especially the 3.4 trailer one, so let's see what the theme here is like.
Where were we? Yes. Alhaitham told you he's a feeble scholar, did he?
Oh, just a normal... Oh, Kave?
Well, that's a bold-faced lie.
That's Kave? Okay.
Told you.
So
oh
his
God,
false modesty was
Simon.
just a facade to hide his true abilities?
Absolutely. He doesn't want others knowing his true strength.
Well, how strong is he? Stronger than you?
Of course not.
Of course not.
You know, I actually ran into him last week while
They're
I was
at
in
the
the
bar.
desert looking for creative inspiration. If he was going out there to study ancient runes anyway, why didn't he travel with me? We could have split the cost.
Oh god. Kali and Alitham are gonna be funny to watch when they show up together. There's the team I love! What the heck is this? It's so good, holy heck! I just recently noticed he's double wielder. I've actually seen the leaks, but I had never even noticed he was a double wielder. Maybe I'm more interested. Even though he's a bit like pitching Dendro version, it's still pretty cool. Summoning birds, that's new. We had the crocodile once, I'm guessing that's in the new area.
Frankly, however strong he is or isn't, you just don't want to mess with him.
I thought you'd have learned to think before you speak by now.
Of course
He didn't
not.
say anything bad. All positive, actually.
Hey, yeah,
You
sure.
didn't drag me out just to play cards.
We didn't get that far yet. We were just debating how good you'd be in a fight.
You keep your cards close to your chest.
Not at all.
Yes.
So you don't
Oh,
fight
I
much?
love the way
Yeah,
they're
right.
interacting.
With his temper?
I don't need to fight. I only need to think. Everything
You're the
is
strategist.
connected. All I have to do is find the weakest link,
Huh?
deal with the causal factors, and everything else tends to resolve itself.
And there's the ult! He's indeed much of a strategist. Look at those dual swords. That is so amazing. Holy heck, the theme. I love it so much, I swear to God. Maybe I want to pull for him. I mean, I was already probably going to pull, but only with the pulls I have, so. We'll see. If we get him, that's cool.
Essentially, more time on contemplation, less time on execution. Simple, isn't it?
That's the strategy.
Not really.
Well-wise.
Ugh, I knew we shouldn't have brought this up with you.
I thought my answer was quite engrossing. Boss, this is good wine. I'll have the same, please.
This is a good one. All of the four of them just chilling in a tavern. That was a pretty cool interaction. I like that. Alright, let's go to the collective miscellany for Aletham. These have been pretty good so far.
Can be the easiest person in
I'm
the
wondering if Dane
academia
will
to
get some info
communicate
about
with,
himself,
or
please.
the most frustrating.
Because I'm going to
He
be a Dane main
ignores
in
the
the future.
irrelevant and filters out the fluff, focusing solely on the logical steps and appropriate process for the task ahead.
Of course.
For his more pragmatic colleagues, this makes him a joy to work with, though not everyone shares their enthusiasm.
Let's get down to business.
Aletham.
Most scholars would jump at the opportunity to use a vision to further their research, and I thought Alhaitham would be no exception.
I thought.
Yet to my surprise,
person.
he prefers to use his elemental powers not for research, but to deal with other issues that arise in life.
Combat?
Thinking a step ahead of everyone else is bound to reap benefits. When Alhaitham crafts weapon ascension materials, he has a chance to receive double the product,
That's pretty useful. I
boosting
think,
the party's adventure readiness.
Is it Albedo that also does that? Could be wrong.
Alhaitham's normal attack can combo up to 5 strikes with his sword, dealing physical damage.
Yeah, he does use double in some of the animation. I think it was
Using
the
his
third one.
charged attack, Alhaitham consumes a certain amount of
Yeah,
stamina
see that? Double
and performs
swords?
2 swift slashes to his front,
That's
dealing
pretty cool.
physical damage.
I wonder if I'm guessing it will change to the
Tap
sword because that's his
Alhaitham's
sword,
elemental
right?
skill to rush forward, dealing dendro
So if he's
damage
like
to nearby
Mist
enemies
Splitter,
when
it
the
would
rush
show
ends,
two Mist
as well
Splitters,
as
right?
creating a chisel-like mirror. Holding the skill enters aiming mode to adjust the direction of the attack. When this skill is cast, Alhaitham generates 1 chisel-light mirror, plus 1 additional mirror
those
if he
two
possessed
there.
no mirrors at the time of casting.
I see.
Up to 3 chisel-light mirrors can exist at
3
one
of them,
time.
okay. Oh, that was the thing that shot?
While he possesses chisel-light mirrors, Alhaitham's normal, charged, and plunging attacks will be converted to dendro damage that cannot be overridden.
I'm guessing he's a Dendro DPS, right?
When one of these attacks hits an enemy, the chisel-light mirrors unleash a projection attack that deals AoE dendro damage
And it
based on
does
the
spend
number of
over
mirrors
time.
on the field. Chisel light mirrors will disappear in turn
I
over time.
like the fact that it's a
and will
melee
all
Dendro
disappear when
DPS.
Alhaitham leaves the field.
If I eventually get really lucky and get him,
After unlocking the
I might
talent
actually build it.
for causal correction, when Alhaitham's charged and plunging
Ooh, that
attacks
was
hit
cool.
enemies,
I love
they
the
will
throwing
generate
swords.
one Chisel light mirror. This effect can only occur once in a specified period.
A process of elimination.
does that also regenerate
Alhaitham's
Chisel Light
elemental
mirrors?
burst creates a particular binding field that deals multiple instances of AoE Dendro damage. If any Chisel light mirrors exist when this ability is used, they are all consumed to increase the number of damage instances dealt.
But it gets a little
Shortly
lot
after
more
this ability is
instances. That
finished,
was longer, right?
If no mirrors were consumed, then Alhaitham will generate 3 new mirrors. For every mirror that was consumed by this skill,
So,
Alhaitham will generate
Okay,
one less
this
new
is
mirror.
interesting. One less new mirror. Okay, never mind. I thought that like if you had one mirror, you would spend that mirror and do like a bit more instances, but not regenerate any. And like when you had maximum mirrors, you would do a lot more damage and not regenerate any. 0, you would regenerate all of them. But it seems no. For every one less, you get one less, which means you probably keep all of them, right? Technically, I think you. No, you don't keep all of them because if you have maximum, it'll probably be one less, one less, one less, so it regenerates 0. But if you have like everything but 1, you will be nearly at maximum, but only without 1, and you essentially get more mirrors, but you do less damage. So it's like a more mirrors, less damage kind of thing. I see. Interesting. Hey there, Mal. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. We're watching currently the Alhaitham Miscellany. We've only seen the demo and the teaser. And yeah, it's been pretty interesting so far.
Accordingly,
Yeah, that's a lot longer. And that was only
when
a difference
surrounded
of
by
1.
mirrors, it takes a perceptive eye to distinguish reality from reflection. After unlocking the talent Mysteries Laid Bare, each point of elemental mastery that Alhaitham possesses increases the damage dealt by his projection attacks and elemental burst. Damage can only be increased in this way up to a certain
I kind of want to get Alhaitham now, but we'll see.
To Alhaitham, remaining rational under pressure is the key to solving difficult problems. Luckily for him, this is an ability that few of his foes possess. Alhaitham's combat strategy is centered around the efficient use of his Chisel light mirrors.
Got that.
His elemental skill allows him to
I
quickly
was
traverse
calling
the
him
battlefield,
Dendro Kitching,
while
but I
dealing
think it's
Dendro
more
damage
interesting
to
than
enemies
that.
and generating
Way
Chisel
more
light
interesting,
mirrors.
so I'm glad that is the case.
Then Alhaitham can use these mirrors and their projection attacks to easily gain the upper hand.
I love the way the
When
throwing
energy is
swords
full,
happen.
Alhaitham unleashes his elemental burst, creating the particular binding field and dealing several bouts of AoE Dendro damage. If he
Interesting, it says
possesses no
binding
Chisel light
field.
mirrors at this time, some are generated after he has used his burst, allowing him to follow up with more attacks. If he already has mirrors when he casts his burst, then he is able to deal more Dendro damage and swiftly seize victory.
Alright. It's a lot of them.
A comfortable life looks much the same for everyone, but the people who lead those lives may be nothing alike at all. A sharp mind and a good attitude have benefited Alhaitham immensely in his pursuit of the good life.
Good life?
It is not my place to
That's
judge
very
how other people
subjective.
live. If anything, the more I say, the more jealous I would sound. The truth is, I have nothing against a laid-back lifestyle. It reminds me of a simpler time.
With Lamine,
But
maybe?
unfortunately, not all creatures are capable of being rational and logical in everything they do. Alhaitham's
Best
approach
order.
only works in the context of his relatively simple existence, and that is completely fine by him.
I think that was a bit talking about Lamine and the Abyss sort of there. I was watching your last stream on Honkai. I see. Which one were you watching about? Is it you mean Honkai Star Rail or Honkai Impact? I actually don't remember what we did last on Honkai. Was it the chapter? Act 2? Hold up. I actually kind of forgot. I know I did Honkai Star Rail this morning. I'm not sure exactly which was the last one. Let's see. If it's Act 2, definitely has some interesting stuff going on there. I'm kind of curious for Act 3. I think that's when stuff really gonna go down. Without saying too much spoilers, I'm just saying that I doubt what we got to learn in Act 2 is really the way it is. I feel like that's not the case, because otherwise, well, the 6.4 Valkyrie wouldn't exist. So there's something more going on, and I hope to find out in Act 3 of that chapter. But yeah, I guess we'll see. Chapter 34, Act 2. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff there. I actually gotta go back before Act 3 to I gotta reread the anti-entropy's plan, because there was a lot of stuff there. I feel like it's gonna be very important to know for the future chapter, so I really gotta go in and memorize everything in there, because I think there's a lot of important info in it. So I think it's more like a setup chapter essentially. That was pretty cool though, with Origin. Alright, Yao Yao demo. Okay.
Don't put off until tomorrow what you can do today. Come on, let's get a move on.
Hey, look, it's the Carbuncle. I'm gonna just always call that the top ass Carbuncle.
It's really kind of boring. Maybe I'll go play with Uruguay for a little bit, and come back and do some more training after I've had a break. I grew up in the mountains. Auntie Cloud Retainer, Uncle Mountain Shepherd.
Oh god.
There are adepti everywhere.
I know that Liu was like, Gani was like,
if you encounter any
mother,
difficulties
teacher, I
outdoors,
guess, to her.
then let me help you.
The thing I like is her normal attack animation. It's so unique. And spear users have always been getting better, to be honest. Toma was also one of my favorites.
You're up.
And she's up there with Toma. Happiness. Just irradiates that. We've been waiting for her for a while, to be honest.
Why do so
I'm
many
glad she's
people
free.
make such a big deal out of seeking the adepti? There's adepti everywhere, isn't there?
Of course, yeah. You would say that. I noticed that you didn't notice that the Great Serpent and Aichan were sharing a moment there. Sharing a moment? Wait, what do you mean sharing a moment? They were kind of enemies, right? They were just talking, right? Or, I mean, is there something more to the... Did I accidentally miss a line's meaning? Is there like a specific line that you mean? Or is it something else? We actually don't know yet. I'm guessing that might be able to. We'll find out in the future. Aichan's origins. She doesn't even know herself, not completely. So I guess that's one interesting thing. Well, what do you mean sharing a moment though? Miscellany. Osmanthus? We thought of Osmanthus.
Yao Yao
Okay.
is the youngest
that
of street.
Sorry, hold up. We know Osmanthus wine, but is Osmanthus like, I don't know, some kind of plant or something? I actually don't know. Maybe we'll find out this time.
Rambler's disciples. Liu is adept.
Wait. What did you say?
Yao Yao is the youngest of Streetward Rambler's disciples.
Streetward Rambler. Is that her? Does she actually have an adepti name? It's this. Wait, is this some kind of adepti name or what is this? Hello? Okay.
Liu is adepti, are a strange group. You'll never see most of them setting foot anywhere near the city, and yet the instant they find a human whom they take a liking to, they'll come flocking in, teaching Adeptus arts one day, and lavishing them with gifts the next.
Yao Yao.
One of these favored few is Yao Yao, a young and enthusiastic disciple who is thriving under their care.
I'll take good care of everyone.
I wonder what happened to her parents. Is it maybe that's something that happened? Why the adepti took her in, or maybe just not. Hopefully she doesn't have any sad past, because the fact that the adepti took her in, I don't know, I have a bad feel. Maybe not. Maybe they're just friends and that didn't have to be like adoptive parents. But what if her parents died or something? Okay, let's not get dark here. Great Serpent actually liked her and wished to keep talking with her. I think that's mostly Great Serpent, like personality, so to speak. I mean, not all of them, but I I didn't see her saying she liked her though. That's interesting. I'm guessing he's just doing what he needs to do for Project Sigma, so he probably wouldn't really prioritize anything else. That's interesting though. Not that I ship them though. I think they're completely different people, and Aichan's actually cares for humanity, while Grey Serpent, even if he actually took a liking to Aichan, wouldn't exactly take a liking to humanity, at least not right now. Who knows in the future? But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they'd be a group together. Definitely not in my opinion, but that's just my opinion.
Yao Yao's young age posed no obstacle to her making contact with the Adepti. In fact, they were thoroughly won over by the young child's inquisitive nature. One Adeptus in particular was especially delighted when she saw how Yao Yao used an Adeptus contraption,
Is that her name?
Yuegui, in conjunction with the power of her dendrovision. Even though the
Wait, that's a contraption? I kind of like Adeptus contraption. Okay.
Contraption, Yuegui, in conjunction with the power of her dendrovision. Even though the sound of bells follows Yao Yao wherever she goes, the wildlife is never
do you actually hear
disturbed by her
those?
presence. When
I'm
Yao
curious.
Yao is in the party, your characters will not startle crystal flies, lizards, and certain other
Hey,
animals
that's pretty
when
useful. We
approaching.
do got Sire for that, I think, but
Yao
always
Yao's
good to
normal
have another
attack
one.
can combo up to 4 strikes with
Yeah,
her
that
pole
is epic.
dealing physical
Just
damage.
look at those animations. They're so unique
Using her charged
compared
attack,
to like our
Yao
usual.
Yao consumes a certain
Pole
amount
arms
of
usually have
stamina
very
to
unique
lunge
animations.
forward,
Stone Wall
dealing
is also one of
physical
the best.
damage to enemies along the way.
But yeah, Yao's also up there. Yunjin too.
Tapping her elemental skill summons the Adeptus contraption Yuegui throwing mode.
Throwing
to
mode?
assist Yao
There's
Yao
2 of
in
them?
combat.
Maybe the ultimate?
Hold the skill to enter aiming mode and control Yao Yao's throwing direction. Yuegui
she
throwing
healing?
mode throws out white jade radishes that will explode upon hitting characters or enemies, dealing dendro damage to
was she
enemies
being
within a
healed or
certain
something?
AoE, and healing characters within that same AoE based on Yao Yao's max HP.
Oh, you do
If a
heal.
radish does not hit
Okay.
either an enemy or
So
a
she's a
character,
dendro applicator and
it
a
will
healer.
remain where
She
it
might actually be
landed and
pretty good.
explode on contact with a character or enemy, or after its duration expires. Yuegui throwing mode will select
You are
the
too
target for the
focused.
white jade radish, depending on the
Hold up. You're too focused on insulting Grey Serpents to pay attention to the talking. I guess I just don't really like Grey Serpent that much. Maybe it's different though. I liked 1904. I liked 1904. But yeah, that's just like the golden one. It seemed dangerous. That's basically my impression of him. I did see the dialogue though. Maybe I'm forgetting a few lines possibly. I need to read back a bit of chapter 35, act 2, 34. Sorry. Before I go into the next chapter, especially the anti-entropy part. So I could always just look into that too. But yeah, I just don't see them together. Maybe they would actually, you know, they're different, but I guess it could work out in another universe if they shared the same goal.
the surrounding combat situation. If nearby characters have relatively high HP, it will target an enemy. If there are any nearby characters whose
On low
HP has
HP?
dropped below a
Oh,
certain
it changes
percentage, it
target.
will target the
Okay.
character with the lowest HP percentage.
Which heals. That's interesting.
And if no enemies are nearby,
So it
will target
chooses
a
the
character
target.
even if their HP is relatively high. A maximum of 2 instances of Yuegui throwing mode
So she
exist
can
at any
heal
one
off
time.
the field too, like
After
Kokumi.
unlocking the talent in
useful.
others' shoes, when a white jade radish explodes,
I wonder if you'll heal
active
faster than
characters within its
Kokumi.
AoE will regain HP at set intervals
Wait,
based on Yao Yao's
Wait, what was that? Hello? Didn't pay attention to that.
talent in others' shoes. When a white jade radish explodes, active characters within its AoE will
Okay,
regain
how much
HP
did
at
she
set
be?
intervals
That's interesting.
based on Yao Yao's max HP. This effect lasts for a limited duration.
Go get him, Yuegui!
Per the instructions of a certain Adeptus, Yao Yao casts her elemental burst in emergencies to unleash Yuegui's full potential,
There's
dealing
3 of them?
dendro damage to nearby
Wait,
enemies
did they appear as
and
she
entering
moved?
the Adepta legacy state.
Yeah, it's throwing out
In this state,
Yuegui. That's
the white
cool,
jade
cute
radish's
and
healing
cool.
and damage effects
I'm guessing
are
there can be 3 of
modified
them?
to their elemental burst variants.
So they are different.
Exploding radishes now heal all nearby party members.
All of them, okay,
and
so
the
it's even
dendro
more
damage that
overpowered.
they deal is treated as elemental burst damage.
Okay. Can she be
Yao
the
Yao's
PS, I wonder?
movement
If
speed
everyone's at
and
max
dendro
HP all the
resistance are
time.
increased while in the Adepta Legacy state. Also, Yao Yao will summon Yue Gui
You could
jumping
use like
mode at
Zhongli.
intervals until the
Get a
maximum
shield
of
so you
3
don't
instances has
go
been
on lower
reached.
HP. And
Jumping
maybe she
mode
be
Yue
the
Gui
PS, I guess
behaves
we'll
in the
see.
same way as the throwing mode Yue Gui produced by Yao Yao's elemental skill. The Adepta Legacy state will end when Yao Yao leaves the field, and all instances of Yue
There's
Gui
th-
jumping
there's
mode
always
will
three
be
of them,
cleared
okay.
when the state ends.
For
In
the
the
olds.
eyes of a child, stars shining in the night may seem like little white fruits scattered across the sky. After unlocking the talent Star Scatter, when Yao Yao is running, sprinting, or jumping in the Adepta Legacy state, she will constantly throw white jade radishes at
Oh,
nearby
okay,
enemies.
so it's actually beneficial to race away.
Only
By the
one
way.
white jade radish can be produced in this way within a set duration. Radishes may not be a miracle cure, but they are always a healthy option. Well, I'm no
There it is.
expert,
I know.
but Yao Yao will assure you that this is the case. In battle, Yue Gui is Yao Yao's trusty helper, providing flexible support to the team depending on the situation. Yao Yao's elemental skill summons Yue Gui throwing mode to heal her teammates or assist them on the offensive as necessary. When energy is full, Yao Yao unleashes Yue Gui's full potential, dealing dendro damage to enemies and entering the Adepta Legacy state. In this state, Yao Yao summons Yue Gui jumping mode, generating more white jade radishes to help get her teammates out of a tight spot. I am a self-confessed pessimist.
Didn't you just say stars are fruits hanging on? Did you say that? Hold up. Hello? Wait, your missile fruits maybe? Maybe not.
Yue
I think it was around the old part. Hold up, I did hear stars. Thought it was just comparing though.
little white fruits.
May seem like little white fruits scattered across the sky. Yeah, I think it's just saying may seem. It was comparing, I think.
Scattered across the sky. After
Star scatter.
mode will
I
be
think it was just
cleared when the
comparing.
state ends.
Seeing the nature of
In
the
eyes of a
immensal tree,
child,
though.
Stars shining
I
in
guess
the
it
night
is a
may
possibility.
seem like little white fruits scattered across the sky.
I think it is actually just a comparison, but theoretically, just theorizing, it could, I guess, be related to the immensal tree. Because we know the sky is fake. We just don't know what exactly is the full meaning of that. Maybe the immensal tree was like created when the world was separated. If you read Before Sun and Moon, primordial one, use the actual separate the macrocosmos, I think that was named, of the universe from the world. Maybe the immensal tree could have actually been the source of that. So like when the world was separated, the immensal tree, even though it was kind of, I guess that could be maybe the immensal tree was actually the reason why this quote unquote the sky is fake. And that would explain why he made a comparison to stars and fruits, because the immensal fruits, which we know contain power and stuff, maybe could potentially be the stars. We've also seen those immensal, kind of look like immensal fruits. The constellation that fell from the sky in 1.1 was kind of similar to the immensal fruits we got from the certain events. So maybe those were actually constellations. You know, we actually might be onto a point. That's just a theory, but you might actually be onto a point. On Yaimiko's, he says something about true facts being in and around fairy tales. Yaimiko's collective miscellany? I've watched it a long time ago, so I don't exactly remember, but it might be worth checking out. Hold up. That might actually... Oh god, spoilers. Look away. I've seen that image, but I'm scared that one day they'll put something else in there. And that's usually how I get spoiled by things. I want to watch the 6.4 trailer, but I'm waiting until I finish chapter 34. Alright, here it is. Is it towards the end? It's either towards the beginning or the end usually, so let me watch those parts again.
Kinds of conclusions from them. Archaeologists will find books filled with pure fiction.
Okay, wait, this might be this.
Mistake them for rare historical records, and draw all kinds of conclusions from them. Perhaps by then, the truth of the past will be consumed as entertaining fiction. Its only purpose, to meet people's need for novelty, save for the sneering of the kitsune. All that will remain is the despairing sighs of the long forgotten.
Yeah, this might actually be onto something. Hold up.
Light novels. Maybe in another few centuries, archaeologists will find books filled with pure fiction.
Yeah, well, this is what is essentially, it's like those things like the previous one. It could be just stating, oh yeah, people take a story, edit it a bit to fit like a good text for our readers to be entertained, and yeah, essentially it'll all be fiction. But it could also be saying exactly what we learned in the 3.3 trailer. Sorry, 3.3 trailer, not the 3.3 trailer. The 3.3 quest. Which maybe that was foreshadowing, to be honest.
Take them for rare historical.
This could actually be foreshadowing.
And draw all kinds of conclusions from them.
Yeah, this could actually have been foreshadowing. Maybe we should rewatch Collecting Miscellaneous. Probably will watch some of them off stream. I think the Archon one specifically, maybe they might have something to do with it, but damn, they hide foreshadowing in it. Maybe it wasn't, but okay. A Miko solos. Yeah, A is cool. Miko's cool too. A rocks. Look, A is cool. She's been my favorite character for a while, except Ainsley. I mean, the playable ones. I think it kind of got replaced with Wanderer and probably Naida, but she's still one of my favorites. Also, A Miko as like a ship. I don't exactly ship characters, but you got my validation. I only ship 2 characters, Susanna and Sushang. Surely, you can't just deny it. Surely, like if you play the event, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's continue.
Unlocking the talent.
How are you doing, Agent?
When Yao Yao is running,
in the end, yeah,
or jumping in the Adeptal
might have been
Legacy
foreshadowing.
State, she will constantly throw white jade radishes at nearby enemies.
So
Only
she's then a
one white
manipulator.
jade radish can be produced in this way within a set duration. Radishes may not be a miracle cure, but they are always a healthy option.
Hold up.
Well, I'm no expert. In battle, Yue Gui is Yao Yao's trusty helper, providing flexible support to the team depending on the situation. Yao Yao's elemental skill summons Yue Gui throwing mode to heal her teammates or assist them on the
I'll leave them here.
necessary.
I guess she'll be a heal for
When
all of
energy
them.
is full, Yao Yao unleashes Yue Gui's full potential.
My
dealing
friend
dendro
name's
damage to
Scaramouche
enemies and entering the Adeptal Legacy state.
3000.
In
Why?
this state, Yao Yao summons Yue Gui jumping mode, generating more white jade radishes.
Why
to
did they
help
do
get her
that?
teammates out of a tight spot.
That name is just Sag. Twink. Ertron. 3000. Poor Scaramouche. You know, imagine if he actually could see the names that we give him. I mean, I actually didn't name him, but you know, for some people. I said, oh yeah, that sounds cool. Poor guy. Susheng was not an auto simp. I guess she's a bit of an auto simp, I guess. Not exactly a simp. I mean, in her culture, she's just essentially giving back the favor. That said, I haven't watched the visual novel, so I'm not exactly an expert on Susheng Gato lore. But Susheng and Susanna was pretty cool. Mostly Susanna to Susheng. The Susheng didn't really take it that bad. So that's why I shipped them, because of the event. But yeah, I don't exactly ship Susheng and Otto, though I guess I would understand. I haven't watched the visual novel, however. Please, where's the translation? I wish there was a translation. Maybe there is. I don't think there is, but I should probably check. I don't think the visual novel is translated. Hold up. Oh, translated visual novel. I don't think it exists yet. I'm not reading this today, by the way. I'm just checking. Oyo stands. Did they actually? That's Anti-Entropy. I've already seen this. Durando. I've seen a big part of it. 7 Swords. Oh, of course not. We need someone to translate this. Why is this not translated yet? That's sad. I've seen a big part of this, and I've watched the video essentially giving the overall details of the visual novel. So I haven't actually finished it, to be honest. I gotta finish it, even though I already technically know the ending. But yeah, we need a translation of this. Well, by the way, Oyo Stand's excellent website. Do check it out if you're interested into lore, or if you're interested into Gun Girl Z reading, which you can actually read back on GGZ's story in English, in global. Although not every story is translated, so yeah. The wrong one.
I am a self-confessed...
There's a fan translation? No. Okay, yeah, I thought maybe by now it would be, but it turns out it's still not translated. Maybe it'll take a while. Maybe people just don't want to translate it, because it's, it's a lot of hard work. Gotta say thank you to people who translated the Anti-Entropy and what's the name of the other one? Durandal visual novels. But yeah, I think there was one chapter that was translated by someone as a video, but that was just one chapter. I didn't see anything else. I don't think they have it. On the visual novel, it's pretty much obvious that she has feelings for him. Maybe that is the case then. I haven't seen the visual novel, unfortunately. If there is by the way, if there is a fan translation, if you guys can send me, that would be appreciated. But yeah, I still gotta read Seven Swords one day. I just haven't found a translation of the full thing. Hopefully there is somewhere out there.
Pessimist, and refuse to believe that all children have hearts of gold. But Yao Yao certainly turned out well. Pure, innocent, and compassionate, she never fails to extend a helping hand to anyone in need. Fortunately for her, helping those around her is well within her abilities. She hasn't experienced many setbacks in her life so far. And given her positive attitude and the care and support from her Adepti Guardians, it is unlikely that any setback could ever pull her down. Humans may have their weaknesses, but that doesn't mean that they are easily broken.
Hey yo, that kind of gives me flashbacks to a certain line. Hold up. Okay, we might be doing this a few times. Hold up.
I say we humans have our humanity. We will defy this world with a power.
Just saying.
Weaknesses, but that doesn't mean that they are easily broken.
Yeah, the guy's plotting something. Maybe he's not so much as neutral against the gods as we think. For now, he may be. But Colony Arc is definitely going to change a few things. I don't know how yet. I don't have any theories as to what he might be planning. But there's definitely something he's planning. Against the gods, that is. Maybe not, though. He does say that, yeah, going against the gods is folly. But the collective is... No, this line right here doesn't exactly contradict. But the Travail one kind of makes me think that, yeah, he's definitely got something planned. So we got that to look forward to. Hold up, where's my playlist? So we can check the next ones. All right. Yeah, I have past and present on loop. Seen that song a lot. And next one, Candace. I haven't actually seen this one. All right.
In the eyes of many adventurers, merchants, and even mercenaries, Aru Village is the only safe haven in an otherwise treacherous desert. Though far from prosperous, it provides ample
also the
food
only
and water to all who come here in need,
actual village in the desert,
well as a bed for the night.
There are some camps every now and then scattered, but
on one condition:
this is the only village, pretty much.
Do not disturb the peace.
Stay close.
As the sworn protector of our
There's the thing about the eye that she has.
Adept with her shield
Danes is better provide some information on it, hopefully.
She can fend off the strongest of storms and the fiercest of foes. Life is harsh in the hot and arid desert. Strength and endurance are the key to survival for those who dwell here.
I think it's more of he's against Celestia, not the gods. Oh yeah, my bad, I wasn't exactly clear. I'm not saying he's against Venti and stuff. I don't think he is. Like Celestian god. When I say gods, I usually mean Celestia, but yeah, it could have been Venti. I don't think he has anything against some gods. Like we've seen Nahida's situation. But yeah, I think he's definitely planning something against Celestia. Definitely that, Mao. I think he actually does not say exactly bad things of certain gods. Nahida was an example. Venti, we didn't actually hear Venti talk, Dainsleif talk about Venti too much. We did hear the comment about the statue back in chapter 1, act 4, but that was pretty much all we heard. We need more Dainsleif info about the gods, like in the actual story. The only comments we had on him was mostly from We'll Be Reunited. And chapter 2 was more like focused on the Abyss Order. So I wonder if we get to see Dainsleif in Sumeru, please. If we do get it, that would be pretty cool. Looking forward to that. Maybe we'll get some more info on his Bowkeeper title. That would be pretty cool. Forgot about Candace. Didn't you actually use Candace a lot? How can you forget her? I thought you were. I don't know if you were building Candace, but I do remember you say you were gonna use Candace. Maybe I'm wrong though. Did I hear the wrong thing? Maybe, but how can you forget that? He definitely doesn't like A, yeah. He's saying, like, he did say that they are mostly like mortals, but the difference is that when they grow up, they are born essentially arrogant, and they want to get to the heavenly principles. They just talk about, hey, even though A's case was kind of out of fear, it doesn't respect her at all for the issue she caused with the Vision on Decree. It definitely isn't like, yeah. I haven't seen him I don't think there's any comment about Morax, right? I don't think we've heard him talk about Zhongli at all. Maybe I'm missing something. The collective miscellany, it was just referring it as Morax, as Zhongli himself, like the persona, the human name, to not spoil us. So we didn't get to hear anything, and I don't think we got in Archon Quest. Maybe I'm wrong though. Candace, Lyle, Dorian, Kali are so forgettable. Kali's forgettable? How dare you? Excuse me? To be honest, to some people, probably. She hasn't shown up in the story since the Archon Quest. I think for manga readers, Kali just can never be forgotten. I read the manga. Personally, I've been waiting for Kali for so long. I benched her in like a day or two. Understandable. I also benched my Candace, and I also benched my Sino for a bit. Don't worry, I'll get back to Sino. I love his gameplay, but Scarabs, I swear to God. The farming them is so painful. I got him to level 70. I need to go back to using him, but then Wanderer came out, so I didn't really get to use him again. After I return to Genshin, though, I'll probably build Wanderer, continue building Wanderer, probably build Sino. I'm hoping to also build Yao Yao a bit, not too much, just when I get her. And Yunjin, which I actually haven't built her yet. I've had her for a while. That's essentially the ones I'm planning on building. Maybe it'll change though, but right now that's what I'm planning.
Benefits from reduced stamina consumption from climbing.
Fitting for the desert, okay.
Candace's normal attack can combo up to 4 strikes with her polearm, dealing physical damage. Using her charged attack, Candace consumes a certain amount of stamina to lunge forward, dealing physical damage to enemies along the way. Tap Candace's elemental skill to perform a swift shield strike, dealing hydro damage to enemies in front. Okay. Hold her elemental skill, and she raises the shield to block attacks from nearby enemies. The shield absorbs damage based on her max HP, and offers extra protection against hydro damage. The shield can remain until Candace finishes casting her elemental skill. After holding the skill for a fixed duration,
Kali characterization is basically being an Emperor simp, and that is it. I technically agree. There's also the situation about our experiment with Dottoro's crew. I forgot his name. Barnabas? Is it Barnabas? Could be wrong. But yeah, you're not wrong. Collei is an Amber sim. Amber did change Collei's life when she came to Mondstadt, but the fact that she very much adores Amber, that is a fact. That is a fact. So much of point of simping, I would say that is a fact. Even though Amber does also. It would be very nice to her. You're not wrong there.
Candace will finish charging her attack.
Yep,
then when the skill
if you
is
do
released,
it very early, it seems.
its duration expires or the shield is broken. She performs a forward leaping strike that deals hydro damage. After unlocking the talent Aegis of Crossed Arrows, if Candace is hit while holding her elemental skill, she instantly finishes charging.
Yep, that is pretty useful. To be honest, I don't know why it's that slow behind the talent.
Her elemental burst, she holds her weapon high to summon Divine Assistance, which deals AoE hydro damage based on her max HP,
and hydro infusion,
and continuously grants the Prayer of the Crimson Crown state to the active character. In this state, when a character's normal attack deals elemental damage to an enemy, the damage dealt is increased. Switching characters unleashes a rippling wave attack, dealing hydro damage to nearby enemies. This can only be triggered a limited number of times during Prayer of the Crimson
Crown's. It deals more hydro
duration.
damage on a switch.
Additionally, characters wielding a sword, claymore, or polearm gain a hydro infusion while Prayer of the Crimson Crown is in effect.
You could have just choose Zhongling from Vaporize.
When a character under the effect of Prayer of the Crimson Crown deals elemental damage with a normal attack, damage dealt is increased based on Candace's max HP.
I like the fact that she has a shield. I was gonna say something, but it's leaked, so I probably shouldn't talk about it. A certain character in 3.5 has a very interesting mechanic that is can be compared to Candace. That's all I'm gonna say. If you know what I'm talking about, a certain 4-star, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, well, you don't know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, I have seen the 3.5 leaks. It's looking interesting. That's all I'm gonna say. Collei, should just be considered a manga character at this point. To be honest, yeah, we need to see more Collei in game. Like when we get a Mondstadt Festival or Sumeru, we need to see her again. Also, please do a hangout event or something. Where are the Sumeru hangout events? I'm guessing they're waiting them until later. But I was kind of hoping that now the Archon quest is over, for now at least. There might be some interludes and stuff for the Dainsleif Archon quest if they decide to do it. But I was kind of hoping that at least they would do hangout events in 3.4, because we got the story quest for Alatham. I mean, we do got a world quest, but that's kind of usual by now. We do got Lantern Rite, sure, but usually when we don't get an Archon quest, they do hangout events and stuff when the Archon quest is over. At least we had that for Inazuma. So I was kind of hoping that we could maybe 3.4, let's say 2 hangout events for Sumeru, and we could have Collei, which is a 4-star character, and well, for all we know, we could have a Yaoya hangout event. I mean, it's Lantern Rite, so I guess that could happen. But if they focus on Sumeru, we could have one with either Dori, or Lila, which actually only appeared in an event. So I think Lila would be kind of fitting. Collei and Lila, that we could have 2 hangout events. That would be pretty cool. Maybe Eliza's story quest act 2 regarding the academia. I think that would actually be a good thing. If we ever get a second act for 4-star starter characters, which I really hope they do, they kind of just stop doing 4-star story quests, then I hope we get at least one in Sumeru. It's kind of hopium, but yeah, I was kind of hoping for those. Unfortunately, they don't have it right now. But yeah, we need more Collei story. Right now, she's pretty much just a manga character with some very funny cameos in the game. Pretty much. Hopefully we get more of her. Prayer of the Crimson Crown, Scarlet King. Crimson Crown. Crimson and Scarlet. Yeah, you got a point. She does have that eye too. Is he gonna talk about the eye? Maybe he will. I haven't seen it until the end. Usually it's at the end that they say it. But I feel like she has a deeper connection to the Scarlet King. I've heard about her eye. I think it was in the demo, if I'm not mistaken, or either in the demo or the teaser. Probably in the demo. Teaser doesn't exist. Hopefully we get more info on that. I'm guessing that's the Scarlet King connection most of all. I think she's a descendant, right? If I'm not mistaken, a descender from the Scarlet King. Descendant, sorry, not descender. Mika, after being better than Midhiya, how dare you? Look, Dia's pretty cool. I like her ult. She's a gauntlet user. What about the new world quest? The one we go to the Eternal Oasis. I've heard there was one new world quest with a character named Jet, which I don't know who he is. Is that a continuation of the 3.1? Probably. 3.1 world quest that we got about the desert? I haven't done that one, so I would actually have to do that one first. But yeah, I did hear there was a new world quest. I also think we should have hangout events, though. Maybe for 3.5. I guess 3.5 is also a good point. We got Mika, which is a 4-star character. So I guess we could also get Mondstadt once. Which I think after Lantern Rite came Windbloom. So if they do a Windbloom rerun, that would be a good point, I guess, to introduce Mondstadt hangout events. Maybe. Maybe they could just skip Windbloom, though, because there's a lot of festivals. They're going to have to start skipping some of them. I need to do World Quest. I need to catch up on World Quest, but it might not be in a while. Thing is, I still got the Aranara World Quest, which at this point, I've actually started doing them off stream, because there's just so many of them. I'd be streaming this thing for a month, doing at the pace I was doing, if I stream it. So I've just been doing the Aranara World Quests. Once I'm caught up with those, maybe I'll start streaming the others again. But yeah, hopefully on March 15th, that's when I enter holidays. Not really holidays, I'm actually quitting my job for a few months. I've been saving up for that. When that happens, I'll have more time, so hopefully then we can start like doing world quests and stuff that I've been behind on. Like Arc Knight still has a lot to catch up on, even though it's a side game. It's kind of paused right now, and it might be paused in a while. And there's a lot of stuff we could do, but time's kind of lacking right now, so I've usually been doing like one thing either a day or every few days, depending on what's going on. There's also Star Rail, so if I do get CBT3, by the way, a little warning, if I get into CBT3 copium, I will actually delay all my plans that I have, and I will devote all my time into CBT3, so you can expect to see a lot of Star Rail stuff, if I get into CBT3, that is. Otherwise, there might not be anything, or maybe like one or two things. And yeah, everything will be cancelled, but if not, then oh well. Jet X Lumine. Wait, do you mean the Abyss sibling? Hold up, do you mean the Abyss sibling? Am I missing something? I know the Arnara quest referenced it. Or do you mean like the main character? Lumine. I don't know which one you use. I need to do the new Desert World quest. I haven't even started it. I've been doing the Arnara ones, just that. And I stopped a while ago when I stopped Genshin. But when I return, I'm definitely going to be doing Arnara. If she's a descendant of the Scarlet King, that will make her a descendant of the Goddess of Flowers. Their family? Wait, their family? I didn't know that. I know they're friends, but they're actually family? Are they actually confirmed to be family? Or related in blood or something? I thought the Goddess of Flowers was a Sealy. You are never gonna get in CBT3. Hey, you don't need to say the facts so clearly. I didn't get into CBT1 and not neither CBT2. That was pain. Good luck to you too, by the way. Star Chatter. Fellow Star Chatters better get into CBT3. Including me, please. Lumine as the MC. Oh, okay. She has special dialogue for only... Wait. Jet actually has a special dialogue that only works on Lumine? More of a Tartaglia x Lumine guy. I guess I can understand that. I've seen a lot of those. I've also seen Zhongli x Lumine and Zhongli x Tartaglia, but we don't talk about that. It's a red flag and a hat. Scarlet King loves the Goddess of Flowers. Oh, okay. I guess if they manage to, you know, actually, you know, if Honkai Impact and Genshin Impact weren't made by Oyoverse, where suffering exists. By the way, I'm just joking. Please don't take it seriously. I love Oyoverse storytelling. But maybe, you know, we could have Scarlet King and Goddess of Flowers actually be in love and have a family. How precious would that be? Maybe in Genshin. Even then, Genshin does have its own suffering, even though maybe Honkai is a bit more darker. Genshin does have some dark stuff too. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe one day. You know, how great would it be? I've actually seen like a fan-made teaser for what's the name of the Yaksha? It's the Hydro Yaksha. And there was one person commenting there, like, what if when the Pyro Yaksha and the Hydro Yaksha fought, the Hydro actually survived? And maybe we'd see her one day. Maybe too much opium.
Candace is a kind soul who is only too happy to stow her weapon when not needed. But anyone who mistakes her good nature for weakness and fails to respect the customs of Aru village should prepare to face the consequences. When battle commences, Candace comes to the defense of the party, using her elemental skill to block the enemy's attack and perform a counterattack. Okay. When energy is full, she casts her elemental burst to deal AoE hydro damage and boosts her teammates' normal attacks with the Prayer of the Crimson Crown status, then joins them in removing the unruly visitor.
Hold up.
Her teammates' normal attacks with the Prayer of the Crimson Crown status. Then
okay, that popped up there for a second. That was cool. I kind of wish if that was the Hydro symbol in there, that would be funny.
Joins them in removing the unruly visitors from Aru village for good.
I need to build Sino. It's so much like the gameplay animation just stop.
There are many rumors about the village guardian.
Okay, one golden eye, please, please, info.
They say that the sands are her spies, the storm winds are her servants, the blood of King Deshret flows in her veins, and that even the strongest of foes must yield at her command.
Rumors. Okay.
People who have lost their guardian deity often display the greatest interest in the gods. But having never seen a god with their own eyes, the far-fetched products of their naive imaginations are poor substitutes for reality.
You're saying like gods aren't as
Yet despite being the subject
very
of these
bright
fanciful
and worthy
rumors,
as we think,
Candace herself takes a much more sober view of things. A shield is but a tool, a polearm but a weapon, and what matters most is not the divine power a weapon contains, but the determination of the one who wields it.
All right. Oh, this is actually a character teaser. Okay, actually, I haven't watched. I've seen the demo, but I haven't watched the teaser for Nilo. There's an artifact chat set that shows some other interaction. The Scarlet King and the Goddess of Flowers seem to trust each other a lot, even more than they trust Shukadevata. I think was it the one that talked about that? I think it might have been there when we did the lore stream. And there was this artifact about the Goddess of Flowers. I don't know the name of the artifact. I think it was relatively recent, like 3.3 or 3.2. Is it that artifact set? Why is she using Lumine's signature weapon? I did see it over here on the stream playback. Yeah, he's using Staff of the Scarlet Sands. I guess because they came out in the same pattern, she doesn't have a weapon because she's a 4-star, and you know they always prioritize 5-star stuff. There are some exceptions. Some trailers are pretty cool, but those are just like Lila. Trailer was pretty cool, but it's usually the exception, unfortunately. They should have just made Candace ever darker skin. They choose what they want, to be honest. I'm not going to get to talk about that. But yeah, I've heard a lot about the drama that's been going on about that. Usually, especially in the Sumeru early days. What's the artifact set name, by the way? I think it might have been the one I read it. I'm not entirely sure. I think I only read like one piece though, so there's probably lore I'm missing. Nilo, Dancing Grace.
Me, Zubair Theater is a home away from home. Cheers! How are the props? I did some fixes and touch-ups.
Nilo's kind of beautiful.
Oh, they were great. Thank you so much, Miss Nadia.
Yes, I just complimented Nilo.
Now I don't have to hear Mr. Zubair yelling at me every day.
Who's Zubair?
Oh, he's just a worry ward is all.
I think he's someone related to the theater, right? If I recall.
Your performance.
Maybe I'm wrong though.
Huh? Hey, get back here, Buster! Swaff! Aw, here you are. How's it good?
Oh my god. That's just awesome.
Aw, come here. Aw.
Oh my god.
Have you been eating some extra treats? I can barely lift you anymore.
Oh my god, that was awesome.
The theater is a day full of bliss.
It's your movement. You're still not getting it.
Alright.
Oh, so there was probably that
Fine, finally.
tutor. I think they talked in the Archon quest, the one that was worried for Neela, right, when she went to the rescue Nahida, according to plan. I think that was the case. That's why the name sounded familiar.
Efforts, this special place wouldn't exist. I always wish the show could last a little longer.
Oh my god. That is cool. Reminded me of Naida demo, you know why, but also very different. Naida demo was
to watch our performance.
the theme was amazing. It reminded me of it. I don't remember the names. They are the one to make the characters. If you make the characters different from real life, you want A to be a 3-head male demon. Oh wait, my bad. I'm missing. I mean, if we're gonna make the character of a real life person, at least keep the skin tone. I think if I'm not mistaken, at least the design wise, she's based off Cleopatra, right? I can actually look it up. What do I even say? Like text, I guess. Not really. They didn't have text at the time. Cleopatra fan art. Let's just say that. See what people usually do. I guess, yeah, it is a bit darker from what most people write Cleopatra as. And I think that's what she's based on, if I'm not mistaken. Still, that said, yeah, they don't have to base every character off the... I do admit, yeah, we should have a bit more variety. But I don't think like we should be telling the devs like, oh yeah, you should have done the character this color. But yeah, like I see the perspective that we should have a bit more variety. Though I also don't think it's something to like cause a drama about. That's just my perspective though. Is this Senora theme? Wait, Senora theme? The one she was singing? I don't think so. I think it's Sumera. That was, I think, I think you get it in Sumera City, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong though. The night theme of Sumera City. Demons are fiction. Kaneki is a real person. I actually don't know who Kaneki is. Sorry if I'm wrong. Anyways, Kave is hot. Fact. Al Atham would disagree just to make him mad or something. I gotta see more Kave and Al Atham interactions. I swear to God. Like that, those two together sound funny. People forget demographic change. Cleopatra was actually lighter skinned. She was Greek. Do we actually have a confirmation of Cleopatra's color? I mean, let's just say she lived quite a long time ago. And I don't think, I could be wrong though. Did Egypt used to have ways to already write in, paper, so to speak? I don't think so, right? There was like a kind of like not sugar paper. There was a kind of material, I think. I think there was some kind of material that they used. It wasn't stone. There was a kind of material that I guess was kind of similar to paper. Now that I think about it, I think I learned that in history. What's the name of the? I don't know the name the word in English, to be honest, but it's and I also not remembering Portuguese. It's something similar to paper but different. I think it was kind of similar to a material like the sugarcane, but I don't know. Maybe I'm forgetting about the name, but I think they use like a specific kind of similar to paper. I think. Maybe I'm wrong though. Maybe I'm confusing things. I've heard that a long time ago. So I guess maybe they could have been depictions in text. If anyone even knows Egyptian today, which I'm guessing there are people who do. But I don't know if that's something we can actually accurately see. Anyways, let's continue. Collect a miscellany for Nilo. Alright. Dainsleif, what do you have to say?
To the people of Sumeru, who are accustomed to receiving concrete information from the Akasha, the arts are an abstract and intangible concept.
So they don't care of
What
it.
constitutes
Most
good
of people.
art? Is there a way to
Not
quantify
everyone.
its value? These questions leave even the academia's most esteemed scholars at a loss.
Because art can be
But to
quantified.
Nilo, art is the simplest and purest thing in the world. There is no barrier to
Are you
entry.
talking about Papiro?
and
Yes, that's the word. That's the thing they used to write, right? I don't remember who, but one pharaoh even had red hair. Is that, could that be possibly based off of Nilo? Is that like a depiction of what that pharaoh was? But yeah, I was talking about Papiro. That's exactly the word I was talking about. It was kind of similar to paper, but also different, right? And they used that to write. That was correct, right?
Everyone can appreciate its beauty.
Where are we dancing today?
Though Nilu's dancing may appear delicate, there is measured strength behind every step. Nilu integrates swordplay with agile footwork as she waltzes.
Yeah,
with the
she's like
walk to
dancing
the
as she
aid of her
combats.
allies.
The only thing I don't like about her gameplay is the
Dancing requires not
sheer
only
amount
grace,
of
but physical
high
endurance as well.
cooldown.
That is why
skill.
Nilu pays particular attention to her dietary intake.
Oh?
When Nilu achieves perfect cooking on dishes with adventure-related effects, she has a certain chance to double the
Scarlet King,
product.
pharaoh with red hair.
Nilu's normal attack can combo.
That was the. Was that like there? Was there a pharaoh named that? Nicknamed, I guess. Or is there like references that pharaoh maybe based off of, Scarlet King? Sorry, maybe based off that pharaoh. If it is like that though, let me just say, Scarlet King might be having a pretty cool design character if he existed.
Up to 3 strikes, dealing physical damage to enemies. When using her charged attack, Nilu consumes a certain amount of stamina to unleash a twirling strike, dealing physical damage. When she uses her elemental skill, Nilu enters the pirouette state, dealing hydro damage to nearby enemies based on her max HP. While in the pirouette state, using Nilu's normal attack or elemental skill
It does
triggers her
essentially
sword
different skills.
dance stance, or whirling step stance, respectively. While damage she deals is converted to hydro damage
I
that
like the
cannot be
whirling step
overridden
dance.
and is treated as elemental skill damage. While the pirouette state is active, Nilu's third stance will end this state and trigger a different effect depending on the stance.
Okay.
If Nilu's final stance is Sword Dance, she unleashes a luminous illusion that inflicts hydro damage to enemies it hits, while also gaining the Lunar Prayer effect.
Oh, I didn't know
While
that.
Lunar Prayer is
Okay.
active, Nilu's normal attack is converted to a Sword Dance, and her final hit will unleash a luminous illusion.
Oh, that, okay.
If Nilu's final
That I do
stance
know
is
what it
Whirling
is.
Steps, she unleashes a whirling water wheel that deals AoE hydro damage. Also, a Tranquility Aura is created that follows your active character and applies the wet status to enemies in range.
Can be good for Nahida.
Nilu cannot perform charged attacks while the Pirouette or Lunar Prayer status is active. Leaving the battlefield will remove the status.
Okay.
After unlocking the talent
Kale!
Court of Dancing Petals, if the party consists exclusively of Dendro and Hydro
Yeah, that's a new.
characters, including at least one of each, the third stance of Nilu's elemental skill, when executed,
Including at
will
least
confer
one
the
of each.
Golden Chalice's bounty effect on all nearby characters for a
You mean it actually? Okay, wait. That was just saying like you can't have just Hydro, can have just Dendro. Okay, got it. Never mind.
limited time.
I thought you had like two. You couldn't have like 3
When a
Hydros,
character
one
under
Dendro.
the
But never
effects of
mind.
Golden Chalice's bounty is hit by a Dendro attack, the
Golden
elemental
Chalice,
mastery of all
Eden?
nearby characters is increased for a certain time.
Reminded me of
Additionally,
that.
triggering a bloom reaction will produce a bountiful core instead of a dendro core. The bountiful core's attack is treated as a post-bloom dendro core attack, but it bursts more quickly and has a larger AoE than the dendro core. Bountiful cores cannot trigger hyper bloom or
Maybe I'll
burden
pull for Den-
reactions, and they
uh,
share the same field limit as
Nilo
dendro
one day.
cores.
We'll see. I guess kind of depends on when she reruns and stuff.
Nilu's dancing style is the stuff of dreams, captivating her audience's hearts and bolstering their spirits. After unlocking the talent Dreamy Dance of Eons, bountiful cores triggered due to Golden Chalice's bounty.
I know,
deal
there's no
increased
connection.
damage
I was
based
just
on
saying
how
the
much
interesting
of
choice
Nilou's
of
max
words.
HP exceeds a given value. Bountiful core damage can only be increased in this manner by up to a certain amount.
This dance is for you.
Nilou's elemental burst begins a dance of faraway dreams and melodic springs that causes a lotus of distant waters to bloom, dealing AoE hydro damage based on Nilou's max HP. Enemies hit by the elemental burst will sustain the lingering Eon effect, which deals hydro damage after a short delay. To Nilou, there is little difference between battle and dance, since both can be used to resolve one's troubles.
Dancing resolving one's troubles? Interesting. I guess emotionally you can. The thing is, we shouldn't define a character race based on a place where they live. People move at people that lived on a certain pace, and you maybe different from before. Yeah, I can get both perspectives, but yeah. Personally, whatever the devs want.
Most of Nilou's combat is centered around her elemental skill. She freely dances between her two stances, with Sword Dance allowing her to continuously inflict hydro damage via Lunar Prayer, and Whirling Steps setting the stage for follow-up elemental reactions through the Persistent Tranquility Aura effect. With the right party composition, Nilou's third stance during the performance of her elemental skill grants the Golden Chalice's bounty effect to her teammates.
Golden Chalice's
triggering the
bounty.
bloom
I
reaction
like
while
that
this
name.
effect is active.
Reminds me of
Spawn
Eden.
special bountiful cores that deal greater damage to enemies. When her elemental energy is full, Nilou can use her elemental burst to begin a dance of faraway dreams, dealing AoE hydro damage and applying the lingering Eon effect to any enemies hit. The lingering Eon follows up with a further attack after a short delay, ushering in the curtain call of Nilou's spectacular performance.
Alright, show us the lore.
I must stress
This is
that
what I
I am
wait
a
for.
warrior and in no way versed in the disciplines of song and dance.
You are a warrior, alright? Show me your gameplay. Oh, yeah.
If anyone was expecting to hear my philosophical musings on these topics,
I was.
I'm sorry to disappoint.
Oh, oof.
But while I am no connoisseur,
Oh,
even
there we
I
go.
find myself moved once in a while by the sight of an extraordinary performance. Even for the nation of wisdom, citing the pursuit of rationality as a justification for refusing to acknowledge the comfort that an audience can find in the arts is sheer arrogance. When groups clash, or human ideals conflict with the rules of the world around them, disputes of this nature most often arise from the inability to tolerate the existence of that which is different
Exactly.
from oneself.
Respect is one thing that everyone should have, to be honest. I see like a lot of people not tolerating whatever it may be that others agree with, and that's usually the cause of conflict. Like, there's always someone who doesn't tolerate the other, and sometimes things just escalate. Like, if we could all just respect one another, that would cure like 95% of the conflicts in the world, I would say. But yeah, let's get into the next one. Farazan, Legacy of Knowledge. This one I'm actually curious about, if there's gonna mention either the Scarlet King or the Ruins. Hopefully we get some info from the Ainsleaf about that. Arabic people also light, but they are not considered white. The people of Sumeru may not be white but Arabic. I think Sumeru is based off Sumer, right? So it's like different nations, different countries currently that are being based on it. Like, clearly Egypt is one of them, but we also got the Rainforest, which I'm not entirely sure what it's based on, to be honest, but it's definitely not Egypt. That is a fact. So yeah, I think it's a bit of Sumer, if I'm not mistaken, which was something that no longer exists. But yeah, so I guess there would be a bit of variety. True.
In the academia's early years, researching ancient mechanisms meant deciphering numerous documents. So even though Faruzan is a Haravatat scholar, her mastery of runes led her to become one of the pioneer scholars in the field of ancient
Which I
mechanics.
think now a big part
But
of it is
as
banned.
the academic world progressed over the course of a century, Faruzan's dedication to this field was buried beneath the sands of time, just like her unusual fate.
I'll hang out with you youngsters.
Look, I'm older than you.
Although she
The
may
traveler.
look young, Faruzan is an experienced Haravatat scholar and mentor with a robust research background. Her control over the power of Animo grants many new potential uses to her ancient trinkets.
Ancient trinkets?
Researching mechanisms and solving puzzles is a hands-on process, and one which has taken Faruzan all across Sumeru.
If only she could teach me how to solve some
Faruzan gains
Pro-
increased
some
rewards when dispatched on a 20-hour expedition
puzzles that I
within
can't
Sumeru.
complete sometimes. Sometimes I spend like a long time trying to figure something simple out.
Faruzan's normal attack
So,
can combo up to
Faruzan,
4
maybe she
consecutive
can help me
shots,
out.
dealing physical damage. With a charged attack, Faruzan executes a more precise aim
think it
shot
also
that
pulls in
deals
enemies.
increased damage. While aiming, mighty winds accumulate on the arrowhead, and a fully charged arrow will deal animo damage.
Okay, I think it's just after the elemental skill,
Casting
right?
Faruzan's elemental skill deploys a polyhedron device, dealing AoE animo damage, and causing her to enter
that's what it
the
was.
manifest gale state.
Which you can use a charge attack pulling enemies.
In this state,
It's not that much, but yeah.
Faruzan's next fully charged shot will consume the manifest gale
And it can also
turn
break
into
shields.
a hurricane arrow. This arrow deals animo damage based on the damage of her fully charged normal attack.
It
Parthian
also pulls in
shot.
enemies closer, but
The
it's not that
hurricane
much of an
arrow will
AoE.
apply a pressurized collapse effect to the enemy or character hit. This effect will be removed after a short delay, creating a vortex
Hey,
that
Zhao!
deals AoE animo damage.
They're doing this trailer
and
in
pulls
co-op.
nearby objects
That
and
is
enemies.
cool.
If the arrow does not hit any
Hey,
enemy
Zhao
or
be
character,
hanging out.
it will create a pressurized collapse effect at its point of impact.
I gotta do more
The vortex
co-op. It's
damage
gonna be
is
fun with
considered
one or just
elemental
flying
skill
around.
damage.
Truth repeats its course.
Unleashing her elemental burst, Faruzan deploys a dazzling polyhedron that releases a whirlwind pulse and deals AoE animo damage. While the dazzling polyhedron persists, it will continuously move along a triangular path. Whenever it reaches a corner of that triangular path, it unleashes a whirlwind pulse.
Like the puzzles.
The whirlwind pulse will apply prayerful wind's benefit to all nearby party members,
The
granting them an
geometrical
animo
shape
damage
she
bonus.
creates.
When the pulse hits an enemy,
I think
it
they're
will
kind of
apply
clearly
perfidious
based off
wind's
kind of
veil
like
to
the
them,
architecture
decreasing their animo
of like the
resistance.
technology that the Scarlet King has, which makes sense because
After unlocking the
I do believe
talent
she was stuck in
Impetuous
one such
Flow,
domain for a
when
long time.
Faruzan is in the manifest gale state created by her elemental skill, the charging time of her aimed shot is decreased, and she can apply the perfidious
Right,
wind's
how much
veil
exactly?
effect to enemies hit by the vortex created.
Doesn't seem to be that much big of a difference. Most of the Sumeru Arabic words is heavily based on Islamic mythology, so I guess we would also be based off Arab. I think it's based off a lot of countries, right? I think mostly in the, if I'm not mistaken, in the Far East. Not the Far East, sorry. No, that includes Japan. Japan is in Izuma. There's like a word for it. I'm forgetting about it. Like there's an area. I guess he's also Egypt is in Africa though. But I was talking about like. Nah, Egypt is in Africa though. It's just a whole bunch of countries to be honest. Can't exactly describe it. Was Arab part of Sumer by the way? Because I actually don't know. I haven't really looked much into Sumer though. I just know it was once like an empire, so to speak, if I'm not mistaken. Middle East. Yeah, exactly, Middle East. I was forgetting that the name of that location. Middle East. Yeah, which is like a group of locations there, which is I think it's mostly what is based off of Sumeru. It doesn't include Egypt though, so it's much more than that. Sumeru is like probably the one that is based on like more countries instead of just one. Possibly even more than Natlan and well, it's not Russia, which I guess includes a big area. But yeah. aka the Arabic world. Yeah, so it would be based off Arab as well. There's a lot of countries that Sumeru bases on, so it would be no surprise to see a lot of variety.
By pressurized collapse. As a veteran of academia, Faruzan never hesitates to impart her wisdom to the future generations. After unlocking the talent-lost wisdom of the Seven Caverns, when characters affected by prayerful wind's benefit deal animo damage to enemies with a normal, charged, or plunging
Hey, I gotta build A's though. I just remembered he's fun.
Skill or burst,
but I haven't gotten to building yet.
Guard effect, increasing the damage dealt by a certain percentage of Faruzan's base attack. Hurricane Guard can be triggered only once within a set duration, and the effect is cleared after animo damage is dealt. Faruzan is unfazed by the fact that her field of research is now considered outdated. On the contrary, it has inspired new grit and determination. Faruzan starts battle by casting her elemental skill and quickly firing a hurricane arrow to deal animo damage to the enemy. The arrow's pressurized collapse effect then pulls in nearby enemies, providing support to her teammates. When energy is full, Faruzan unleashes her elemental burst to deploy a dazzling polyhedron. This device moves over the battlefield, creating whirlwind pulses and decreasing enemies' animo resistance, which effectively increases the team's animo damage. Make the most of Faruzan's carefully researched dazzling polyhedron, and the rest of the battle will be a breeze.
So yeah, definitely based on what you learned.
Concept and is perceived differently by different people. 100 years is the longest life most people can imagine.
Small make a bombshell,
that they are fascinated by the idea of someone disappearing for this long, only to return looking not a day older than when they left. To Faruzan, those 100 years were physically exhausting and mentally taxing. Yet she balks at the idea of seeking sympathy or being the topic of other people's conversations. Only convincing the academia's new enrollees to address her as Madam gives her experience some meaning. But if you ask me, age isn't much of a qualification. After all, time never really stops flowing. And although ancient wisdom should be respected, how long would it really take to erase it all?
Hello?
Gives her experience some meaning. But if you ask me, age isn't much of a qualification. After all, time never really stops flowing. And although ancient wisdom should be respected, how long would it really take to erase it all?
Okay. I'm gonna keep my theory so we have more information, but could this be implying foreshadowing some kind of long range memory alteration of the world, where everything changes and stuff would be erased throughout the world, not just one person but everything, and maybe we'd have to reverse it or something? That sounds scary. I don't have any points to back up that theory though, so just a theory. But yeah, I feel like this is foreshadowing. Maybe I'm wrong. I feel like this is a big bomb here from Dainsliff. You see him out of the Arabic world. Is it that similar to Sumeru? Hold up. Let me look. Also, we did finish the Genshin one, so I'm probably gonna take a break between this and Honkai. Let me just look up at the map then. Oh, this. Yeah, Middle East here, and we got including the Egypt. Is it Egypt, one of these? I know it's in like Northern Africa, but I don't know like the exact location. But I think it's one of these, right? Yeah, that makes sense then. It's definitely based off that. And we know part of it is based off the Middle East, and we know it's also based off Egypt. So this makes total sense. I think you're definitely right on that. Definitely. I like the fact that you go from rainforest to desert right away in Sumeru. That was a nice transition. There's even that little, not really a town, but like the passageway that you get, Caravantivar, I think it's named. That is a pretty cool area. Sumeru, they really did go on the map. But yeah, I'm gonna. Oops, what the heck is this? No, I don't want to go to settings. I'm gonna be pausing here for now. I'm gonna be returning with Honkai next. We're probably gonna be watching the Vilvi and the Elisa trailer. By the way, this is actually put in red because I did skip around for a few parts, see if I had seen it, because I didn't think I think I saw it, but apparently I didn't. So yeah, we're gonna have to watch this and the Vilvi one, and after that we're probably gonna be trying out Redlotus. I'll do it like 1 or 2 more times. I'm not gonna go too much into it. If I can't do it, well, I can't do it. I've already tried 3 times, by the way, and I failed all of them. I tried with Ursh of Truth. Sorry, 2 times. I tried with Ursh of Truth, Aponia, because there's ice enemies, and part of Phyllis for support. That was one team. And I tried with Elysia, Sushang, and Pardo, which was another team, which is like my 4 out of 4 Elysia, even though they're imaginary enemies within. Both of them failed. The Ursh of Truth, Aponia did a bit better. Ursh of Truth for the imaginary enemies. Aponia, sure, without an ice support, we're kind of missing out a bit of a damage. But the ice enemies are at least very resistant to Ursh of Truth, so Aponia helps them out. And that was my best score, 4,800. I need to completely pass the first stage, though, if I'm to at least get some crystals and get on with the other ones. So I got to do that, too. That said, yeah, I'll probably try 1 or 2 teams, and we'll be done with that. If we can't do it, well, we can't do it. I'll demote next one, and we'll be able to get more crystals. Anyways, I'm gonna be pausing here for around 20 minutes. Gonna get a coffee. Probably watch the 613 trailer to hype myself up for Honkai. And we will be ready for Vilvi Elysia videos and for the Redlotus, which I will definitely not be ready. I'm definitely dying again. But we'll see. I'm hyped to return to Genshin though. Like I kinda wanted to return earlier, but it's probably not a good idea. I think 24th we might just get a CVT3 trailer. I'm also working on a certain something. It might take a few weeks though, so I won't divulge info until I'm either nearly done with it or already done with it. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in 20 minutes, around 20 minutes, 25, 20. So yeah, BRB then. Hello, hello, I am back. How's everyone doing? Just prepping up for the second part of the stream. We're gonna have Honkai. So I'm turning on the game. We will be watching the videos first though. So there we go, the game's turning on. Alright. Alright, let's continue here though. It seems that for some reason, it's okay, there we go, it's working again. Just took a few seconds. Okay, let's get into Honkai, Vilvi's Magic Tour. That is one of those we haven't watched, and while I could be wrong, from the bits I skipped around, I don't think I've watched Elysia's Sweet Afternoon Tea. I thought I watched it though, so maybe I'm wrong. But when we start watching the video itself, I'm sure that I will be able to confirm it whether I have watched it or not. But yeah, we do got Vilvi's Magic Tour here. I've actually seen a few of these. It's like kind of like chibi presentations for the characters. So yeah, I think we've had those with Bardo. I think it was like Bardo's Classroom or something. And that was that thing about Kevin. That was funny. Kevin, just walk around and how to follow Kevin so you can stay very cold on a very hot summer day. Yeah, that happened. But yeah, we haven't watched Sylvie's one, so let's get into it. Let me just make sure everything's alright. Okay, I was just checking the settings to make sure I wasn't still on the BRB screen. Alright, we're ready. We're good to go. Let's go. We need subtitles. Hold up. Okay. Of course they'll be back. Yep, and now the light turns on.
这个名为维尔威的表演者已经穷尽了所有
Never.
的手段，他还能制造出怎样的惊喜，足以给这场接近尾声的魔术表演作为压轴
What's the next act?
你们猜的
It's
没
gonna be a
错，
magic show,
但却
literally.
也不尽然呢。
What's that door?
如你所见，这里空无一物。当然啦，我所能展现的最伟大的奇迹，也只能是我自己了。
What's the door
大许
gonna
愿
appear?
吧，当香门再次打开的时候，
She's gotta change
你希
personality.
望
I know
我
it.
变成什么样子？
Gargon Twin Robot? What?
喂，擅自进门
She
可是有
changed
失礼。
personality, of course.
嗯，我想我知道是谁干的了，
I think I know who did it.
总是把场面搞得这么夸张。
Changed
下次得找个
personality
机会
during
提醒
that.
他一下，至少不要牵连到我。我可没兴趣陪他胡闹。没什么事的话，就快点离开吧。我还有工作要忙。
Now she's
看
gonna.
来你没把握住机会呢。就在刚才，我不是把能够实现愿望的人
The one who grants
都带
wishes?
到你面
You mean
前了
she's
吗？
good at making stuff?
那么，我们继续吧。平平无奇，对吧？但就像故事里常说的那样，魔法往往需要相应的
Can's
咒
gonna
语呢
appear.。
咯吱咯吱。
Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be Can.
你也来试试看，怎么样？没错，
Hey,
过
the
去
signal
我的海报
item.
和现在的风格不太一样。木大陆的那场巡演的确改变了太多事了。
Moon
我原本
Continent?
准备了一个让整片大陆消失无踪的伟大演出。
That happened, but it wasn't the magic trick. Wait, I kind of wondering. I haven't read the Vilvi's full story. Did that happen? Did she try to pull off a trick and then the whole continent disappeared? Though it was a joke on her side, and it was the Earthshare of Gravity who did that.
却被另一个人抢
Someone
先了
else
一
beat
步，
me to
但我
it.
绝不承认那也是一种魔术。魔术真正的关键是要把消失的东西重新
And
变
it
回来，
never
不是吗？
reappeared. That is sad.
好啦，时间差不多了，今日的演出也该就此
That was
谢幕
short.
了。
Oh wait, there's more.
看来你没有在我宣布谢幕之前就退场，很好，否则恐怕就要错过我附
I
赠
love
的小小
the
惊
the
喜了呢
clocks。behind it on the
据
steampunk
说
style.
在黑暗中更容易令人敞开心扉。那么，在最后，有什么话想要对我说吗？
I don't know. See you in the next act of chapter 34, I guess. Who
Take your
knows?
IT operations to the next
back
level
door.
with Atera, now launching new features.
Okay, gone. Be gone, ad. Alright, Elysia Sweet Afternoon Tea. This is a long one. If I watch it, we'll see. I don't think I have, but
这
we'll
里
see.
灯光柔和，音乐舒缓放松，我很喜欢。
That's the bridge theme.
没错。
I
甜
hear
点我也
this all
很
the
喜欢
time
啊
now.
又有哪个女孩子能拒
Okay,
绝可
no, I
爱
don't
的
think
甜
I
品
think
呢？
I've definitely not watched it.
不过，比起美食本身，我更喜欢它附带的特殊含义。
Okay, definitely not.
毕
Okay,
竟在我
this
们
is
的
new to
时
me.
代，只有特别的庆祝场合，人们才会大张旗鼓地精心准备美食。而且呀，这样的场合通常都会让人身心放松，有时候还会发生有趣的意外哦。比方说，我有一个朋友。
Fu also participated in that, but
当然不是啦。难道在你的心里，我是这么不
then
坦诚的
Honkai
人吗？
happens.
我的那位朋友，真是个非常
Eden？
有趣的人了。多亏有他在，乐土的生活总是充满了欢乐。
Oh, Vilvi.
维尔薇姐，怎么愁眉苦脸的？
You're getting the all the plane chasers here.
工坊好像遇到了贯通，
Oh, that's
专
the
家暴跳
expert.
如雷呢。
Hey, not the expert. The expert is furious. Is Mardo scared?
贯通
I
是
thought
怎
that
么
was
回
the
事？
expert talking.
我怎么没听说过？
Oh,
听专家说，
it's
是
her.
个身材小巧的家伙，
That was she was a thief.
还长着毛茸
Here's
茸的
the
耳朵和
tail.
尾巴。维尔薇姐要不要
Yeah,
我的
she
新
was the expert, right? How about excuse myself? Oh
小帕朵，你没事吧？
oh.
没事，我坐的腿麻了，活动活动身子。
Just
你的
stretch
活
my
动
legs
方
more.
式还真是挺特别的。
Yeah, in a very special way.
对了，维尔薇姐，你有没有
Her
闻到
tail's
一股
on
烧
fire.
焦的
Wait,
味道？啊？
was that like a kind of like a flaming device? Uh-oh.
小帕朵，你的尾巴
It's on fire.
尾巴？什么尾巴？比起这个，还是快点找到气味的来源吧。
It's on your
我说的
tail.
就是这个。呀，这里可真热闹，
Leaf
居
is
然瞒着
coming
我偷
in.
偷举办茶会，好过分
Her
哦！
tail is burning.
菲利斯，你是在和维尔薇排练什么魔术表演吗？魔术表演？
She didn't know. Does she
就
not
是你
feel her
的
tail?
魔术师还没有登台，就擅自开始了表演吗？
Oh, she's here now. The
维尔薇姐
magician is
你
here.
什么时候切换过来的？这种细小的火苗无法点燃观众的热情，还是由我
Elysia surely
让现
noticed
场
the
的气
tail
氛
on
燃烧
fire,
得更加
right?
热烈一些吧。
I don't think Pardo.
维尔薇姐，
I
你
don't
在
think
说
Pardo
什么
feels
呀
her tail.
哎呀，小帕朵，原来你
Oh,
不知道吗？你的尾，
Welcome back, Mao. Pardo's apparently
烧焦的
doesn't
气
feel her
味
tail. That's new
总会
lore.
让人联想到失败的实验。从攻防失窃以来就诸事不顺，真是令人不愉快啊。
Theft, yeah, one was the
失窃
thief.
没错，犯人是个毛茸茸的家伙。
A fluffy guy. No, it's the girl.
比起那些，小
Her
帕朵，
tail.
你的尾巴，那个只是一条普通的
The
尾巴而已，
heck?
不重要，一点都不重要。
Does she know her
真的吗？
tail is on fire?
哎呀，当然了，就让它自生自灭吧。可是你的尾巴烧起来了。顺带一提，马上就要烧光了。嗯，
She didn't know. Oh my god, she didn't realize it.
失而复得，失而复得，真是太好了。
I don't think she feels her tail. What the heck? It's a Honkai tail. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. She definitely doesn't feel her tail. I'm guessing they don't feel things related to Honkai. I mean, Mei does, but I guess she's a Hersher, so maybe it's different. For at least for me, it's news to me. But I don't know.
为什么尾巴
Suddenly
会突然
start
烧起来
burning.
呢？
Yeah, uh-oh.
这是
This is... yeah, Bardo, you're in danger.
维尔薇姐，这不是我废弃的打火匣
The
吗？
lighter I abandoned.
原来是因为它啊。
Now I know it starts at the burning.
废弃。
Abandoned? Oh, okay. So
等
it's
等
fine.
这不是攻防失窃的东西吗？
这种随手制作的小玩意儿，就算丢几百个也没有什么关系吧？
菲利斯，你不会以为？
没有，绝对没有。
I guess they might actually work differently though.
虽然菲利斯总喜欢到处
Yeah, she
进货，
definitely didn't feel pain
但
for
实
it
际
from
上
it.
不会给大家真的添麻烦
Maybe
的。
it's something to do with being a Honkai tail.
是啊。不过这么一来
Yeah, I
那
wonder
个罐头
who.
会是谁呢？
We all know it is Bardo, right? Oh, Can, of course. Can is another option. Forgot about him.
怎么样，菲利斯很有趣吧？
Yes.
他总是能给我们带来很多
We're
欢
on a
乐，
date with
是当
Elysium.
之无愧的开心果。至于维尔薇，每一个他都很可爱。认识了他，你就认识了一群充满魅力的女孩。除了他们，我的朋友也都是些特别而有趣的人啊。如果时间允许，真想把他们都介绍给你啊。有看起来不好接
I love the
近，
background.
实际上怀揣着一颗少女心的科学家。有感
Mobius.
性又善良，可以共情每个人命运的知心姐姐；有沉
At
默
least he
寡
just loves
言
everyone.
却又敏锐细腻的绘画少女。除此
Grizel.
之外，还有一位在我们那个时代
Eden
举世瞩目的大明星呢。不但歌喉出众，对于艺术和美也有着非常独特的见解。唉，真可惜，他现在不在这里，否则应该会很开心吧。这里到处都充满了自由和梦想的气息。
The background
是艺术的沃
music.
土呢。
I got the Brits, so I hear it all the time.
想要听听关于他的事，那就要讲很久了。毕竟少女们的故事，就像没有终章的诗卷，怎么说都说不完呢。伊甸，我的脖子好酸呀。
Hey, she got the
再
HOH
坚持一下，
outfit.
艾丽，
The wedding
很快
dress.
就要完成了，再加上一点舞台妆吧。珠光色的眼影怎么样？还有唇彩。
哎呀，我总算明白了，为什么你对我试穿演出服这件事这么热情。在你看来，我根本就是一个等身的换装人偶嘛。
Oh my
还是
god,
特别
Ian
配合的那种。
smile.
那么，我听话的人偶艾丽，可以让我帮你上妆吗？
哇，真是让人心跳的发言呢。我的好
Ellie
伊
Eden
甸，
moments.
因为化妆是一件很隆重的事情，真的不试一试吗？说不定会有意外的惊喜哦。
我想还是把这个惊喜留到以后吧。毕竟，笑容才是女孩子最好的化妆品。
Smile is the best makeup for girls, right? Any person, a smile always puts you. If you smile a lot, you'll always be more beautiful. Whether it's a girl or a boy, who cares? A smile is always good. Being happy. During the pause, I went and looked for artifact set. The goddess of flowers and Scarlet King interactions where it's the flower of paradise. Okay, hold up. Let me actually look it up. We're not gonna read it this stream. But just seeing if it's the same one as Paradise Lost. Okay. I think it might be the same one we read. I think one of them, right? Maybe I'm wrong though. Which one would show? This one might actually show the lore. Let's see. The Jinn. Yeah, I think I remember seeing this, though I didn't actually read it. I think it's the same one, right? You remember the stream where we did Honkai and Genshin lore, right? And I think we read one of the artifacts, which was sorry, it was the Ashikai theory, I think. And there was an artifact we went and read, only one of those, though, I think. I think this might be one of them. This is the one that. Ooh, I gotta read this. Master of the Four Shades. Okay. Oh. Okay, I gotta read this. Oh my god. And maybe I'll do a stream for it. I don't know when though. I just read that word, Master of Four Shades. Invaders. Probably the second round. To my former kid. Oh, okay. I gotta read this. When was it? When did this drop? I'm guessing it's 3.3. Should I entirely show when it dropped? City of Gold. That is the domain. I think that's a 3.3 one, right? Or 3.2 maybe. Okay, I don't know when it did, but I think it was out before 3.4. Oh yeah, I farmed this one. Pavilion. I think it was 3.3. Yeah, I gotta read this set. We'll probably have a lore stream at some point. I'm just not entirely sure when, because there's gonna be the Star Wars coming out, and I do want to make a specific video, which you might see in a few weeks. And there's also Honkai stuff happening, and there's Genshin 3.4. But once those are caught up, I'm definitely gonna have to be reading the artifact set. Thank you for telling me, by the way. I just read that one part, Master of Four Shades, and I'm already interested. So we're definitely gonna be having to reading that. That's gonna be interesting. I don't think it was this one. Maybe it was a different one. I know it was about the God of Flowers. I think that might have also been was it a weapon? I think there was like a weapon material that talked about Goddess of Flowers, if I'm not mistaken, and maybe it was that one. Maybe, probably not a weapon material. I don't know what it was, but now I read something about it in some kind of material when we were watching that theory. But yeah, it did say the Master of Four Shades, though, which we know it is, Faney's. So we gotta watch that after. I don't know when, but yeah. Definitely gonna be doing it at some point. I'm kinda hyped for mid-March. You know what? Like, I've been at my part-time for a long time. And 1 hour of walking there, 1 hour of like I've just been tired essentially. I'm in burnout, not from the channel, but from my part time. It's just taking away my energy. I'm so hyped for March, when I quit for a few months, probably 6 to 8 months, and I get to just enjoy stuff and eventually focus on the channel. Also catch up to FF14, though that will probably be off stream and some on the secondary channel. I'll just have a lot more time, and honestly, I want to do more stuff too. Like more frequently too, because sometimes like I go off for a few days and only do stuff every few days because of that. I'm just tired and really can't do much. But yeah, hopefully we can do more of these lore stuff. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be visiting at some point. If not in early February, early March, because I think like 6.4 drops like mid-February. We're gonna do 3.4 stuff like next week after the 25th. So yeah, either early February or early March, whenever we get time. How are you doing, Neo? Hope you're doing well. We're watching currently Honkai stuff, Elysia's Sweet Afternoon 2, which is like an animation that came out. Also discussing Genshin lore from a while ago. We already watched all of these. There's some pretty interesting teasers. I love the Aletham stuff. But there was also some interesting stuff about time. I think it was in Farazan's. That was a little bit of a foreshadowing there. And yeah, we're probably gonna do Redlotus after. But how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. You read an essential material. Okay, it might have been that. Yeah, was it a weapon ascension material? I feel like, I don't know why, it's just coming to my mind like weapon ascension. I don't know which weapon ascension material it is, but it might have been one, yeah. Maybe it was a different one, but yeah, I think it was a weapon ascension if I'm not mistaken.
好吧，真是拿你没办法。
Oh my
好
god.
了，来，
LE
看
then
看效果。
100%.
哇，我可真是个难得一见的美人儿。
这句话
I watched the
不是
best
用来
video
自
ever.
夸的
Which
吧？
video is it?
有自知之明就是我最大的优点嘛。
总觉得还缺了点什么。啊，对了，
这顶王冠，
Oh, that's the thing in Elysian Realm. They pulled up Vilviz earlier, and now they're pulling the Thorn Crown. Thorns are kind of a bad symbolism, though. Just saying, that's symbolism is actually an Ursher of the End, Kiana. I have a bad feeling about this, and we know what happened to Elysia. She returned to Honkai. She died, in a sense. Not exactly died, I guess, but it's technically a death. So I wonder if Kiana will do the same by sealing the Honkai. Hopefully not. But yeah. You sent me 2 DMs. I'm just gonna check what it is, though. I won't actually watch it on stream. Let me just see, though. I'll watch it after the stream, though. Supposing it's not too long. Alright. Wikipedia? I don't know. I'm usually not that interested in it, but I guess we'll see. Thorn Crown, Jesus. Yes, pretty much. I've seen this thorn symbolism. Maybe it's to do with sacrifice. Like in a lot of places. We have with Elysia and now Kiana. Kiana. Oof. I have a bad feeling about Kiana's fate. Oh, it's a clip video. Alright, I'll watch it after the stream then. But the thorns represent sacrifice? Is that what it is? Like, they definitely are using symbolism here. That's 100%. We're getting it with Kiana now. On her legs, there's kind of like a symbol. Like a thorn symbol.
基罗，你为何披服？
是为月下之人
Flowers
加
too.
冕。没想到你还记得这句台词。
毕竟是第一次观看大明星主演的音乐剧，我当然每个细节都记得一清二楚啦。还记得演出
Elysia
结
said
束
to be
后，
the daughter of
我
God.
们本
Yeah.
想溜出去，到附近的大众餐厅尝尝有
She actually wasn't supposed to exist, but she essentially was born out of nothing. And it was essentially her sacrifice that, quote unquote, removed humanity's sin, which in Honkai terms, the original sin being the Honkai, essentially allowed Urshers to retain their humanity by returning to Honkai, which, spoiler warning, chapter 34, act 2, if you don't want to hear spoilers, do skip around 1 minute ahead if you are watching this on a VOD. If you are not, pause the video and return 1 minute later. I'll try to be as fast as possible, continuing in 3, 2, 1. Now, we know there's this thing called Origin, like the beacon that Vilvi even sent. There's this really weird space, an imaginary space, that is supposedly where Vilvi wanted to send a message. I wonder if Elysia is still alive, the real Elysia is still alive out there in whatever the beacon of Origin is. And if that could have something to do with how maybe comes the Yoshiro of Origin, and potentially our finality may be able to be controlled, even though it's the artificial finality. Because Origin seems to be the power to essentially to go against the Honkai. At least in Elysia's case, maybe there's more to it. But yeah, kind of interesting. Maybe Elysia is really alive. I don't know. But there's definitely something to do with Origin there. Anyway, spoilers over. Let's not drag this over long, because there might be people here who watch this in the future who are not caught up. So yeah. Just a little theory to think about. Drag Silvo to the moon. Oh, I've already been there and I've been back. Honkai and Final Fantasy 14. Like all of them have the end arc as some place on the moon. That is like I'm starting to like the moon. I already liked it because I mean Moonstone community, if you didn't know, came from Lunala, Pokemon, which also seems to be connected to the moon. And I guess over time I just started liking the moon for no reason. So I guess the channel, if we had a channel mascot, it had to be things associated with the moon. I guess Kiana then could also be like a channel character. I need to switch the server, the PFP someday, since like the secondary channel and the main channel are split into the 2 discords now. So maybe I'll do something with Kiana. I need to actually wait until there's something connected to the moon though, which I guess we won't have to wait long because I have a feeling she'll probably sacrifice herself in chapter 35. But if that happens, I guess we'll do some PFP change on Discord. I already had that. Okay, Elysia is Jesus on the Honkai verse. Exactly. She's like removed humanity's sin. In Honkai terms, she's basically Jesus in Honkai. By dying, by sacrificing, which also would happen to be the case.
只能坐在公园的阶梯上，一边吹着冷风，一边分享小商店里的最后一瓶气泡酒。
直到现在，我的酒柜上还有这瓶酒的位置。不过，
You can just eat it with their expensive wines.
总觉得差一点味道。
Wasn't perfect.
那天晚上看到的星空，也是
I'm
我
gonna
见
change to a
过
literal moon.
最
Don't.
美的星空。
You don't have permission, but who knows? Maybe we'll just do a moon PFP. I'm joking. I won't.
再也看不到了。
Wait. Sorry, I missed a bit. Did he say something important?
的星空，可惜那样的星空再也看不到了。
The wine? Is it in Mu?
伊甸，等到眼前的麻烦解决以后，再一起出去旅行吧。
真的会有那一天吗？
The day never came. Will Honkai really end? In the next era, Eden, believe.
奇迹就是这样，只要你相信，它就会发生。 你就当做是预支我一个愿望吧。
哦，
好啊。
那么，我要乘你上一次天空巡演的飞艇，还要乘能在银河里畅游的由云朵织成的巨鲸。
好。
Milky Way, wait, Star Rail Whale?
这已经是
Or
童话
probably
的范畴
Eden.
了吧？
童话一样的少女，当然要配童话一样的景象。
Wait a second.
由云朵织成的巨鲸。
好。啊，这已经是。
This is gonna be on the fairy tales, whale, galaxy, star rail. Huh, interesting. 13 flame chasers, the 13 disciples of Christ. Are they actually? By the way, I'm sorry if I'm dumb here. While I do know some basic things about Christianity, I don't know the details. I've never looked into it in specific. But are there actually the 13 disciples of Christ? Is that a thing? 13 is an unlucky number. Flame chasers are unlucky confirmed. You know, you might actually be onto a point because 11 of them died. So, I mean, we think they died. Technically, we don't have confirmation on 2 of them. Mobius, yeah, she was probably gonna die. She was dying last we saw her. Though she said some interesting words about controlling the Usher of the End when she descends. She was probably joking, but who knows. And Grizel is she's probably still in outer space. She could have survived. She could have been captured, taken captive by the sky people and be used for her powers to create physical entities known as the APHO monsters that attack Saint Fontaine. Okay, that's probably too far-fetched a theory, but you know, it's a theory. That could be a possibility, but yeah, so far, like at the very least, 9 of them died. That's confirmed. The other ones, 2 of them are unconfirmed, and 2 of them are dead. So yeah, they're quite unlucky, to be honest. If we go by deaths and lives as luck, you got a point. And yeah, interesting that Elysia being based off of Jesus' story. If those 13 is also a number related to that. Also very interesting that there's 13 flame chasers. More adding to that point too. Elysia takes a lot of inspiration from different stuff. Really interesting character on that term.
真是拿你没办法，好吧。虽然没办法让你乘上飞天的巨鲸，不过水中的巨鲸倒是可以试试。下次演出就定在金鱼号潜水游艇上吧。
我的好伊甸，
You sure you won't be the whale, Eden?
这是你的愿望。
We know what happened on the.
就像你说的那样，只要你相信。
I need to see Eden's whale form, the Honkai form, please. Of course we don't get to see it. It's sad.
那段时光真是令人怀念啊！你问我后来有没有实行那些旅行计划
？She did in the past.
真是不解风情。
But I guess
女孩子保持沉默的时候，就别再追问下去了。但是想不到伊甸让当时的玩笑成为了现实。
The whale.
他真是个像宝石一样光辉耀眼的人呐。简单来说，他真的为我准备了一场童话啊。
Wait, I feel like I've heard the name Jesus before. I'm not exactly sure where it is. Wait, does Elysia have a connection to the Oath of Judas, though? She was the Zeroth Urcher, so to speak, or the 13th. Technically the Zeroth. Zeroth, by the way, is a number before 1. And I guess it kind of applies to her because, well, we have the first Ursher, and she was kind of confirmed to be the Ursher before the first Ursher, when the first Ursher was already named. So she would technically be the Zeroth Ursher, if that makes sense. But does she have a connection to the Oath of Judah? I actually did not know that.
全是一副被吊起了好奇心的表情呀。
The one who betrays Christ.
那么就让我卖个关子。下次再讲吧。
Binding?
至于现在，
Not sure.
来聊聊其他话题吧。好奇我的生活。
I don't see a connection between Elysia and Binding. Maybe I'm missing something though.
这么说来，在煮火吃鹅的每一天都很叫人开心，反倒
I missed a few stuff. But what do you mean, Neo? Message retracted. What were you about to say? I didn't see it in time.
我想想，这么说来，在烛火之鹅的每一天都很叫人开心，反倒挑不出什么特别的日子呢。既然如此，就从最平淡的一天开始讲起吧。
Kevin in Eponia coffee shop.
早安，凯文。刚刚完成训练吗？看你的表情，这次又是以微弱的分差高负于艾莉西亚。
表情
And a duel.
不是命运的丝线。
不，我已决心挣脱命运的束缚。
Not the restraints
对了，
of
凯
destiny.
文，请收下这个吧，原本是要带给鹰的，不过现在看
What is
来，
that? Potion?
或许你比鹰更加需要它。
这是
由眉笔乌丝制作的
Oh
营养
no,
剂
Mobius! Don't drink it.
对于
Don't
缓解死
drink
亡
it.
之外的
Also
所有
except
症状
death.
都有特别
Look,
的效
don't
果。
drink it. May I murder Kevin? Good luck.
你打算给鹰这个？
Good luck trying it. Many have tried before. Feel V.
对鹰有意见。
我不太明白你的意思。
What is that
但我和鹰
potion?
约好
I
了
don't trust it.
要去帮他挑选给灵的生日礼物。时间不早，
Rin.
我也该去和鹰见面了。那么，再会吧。
Good luck trying to murder Kevin, though.
奇怪。
I don't trust anything made by Mobius. Pardo?
凯文老大，是你呀！
Pardo's scared of him right now. Did she do something that she shouldn't?
太好了，还是我熟悉的凯文老大。
这并不值得惊讶。
才不是呢，凯文老大，那是因为你没有看到刚才的那一幕。刚才我碰到了苏哥，他居然在练摇滚，和伊甸姐一起。
Rock music Sue? Oh yeah. Is this hobby really?
他在和维尔维姐学魔术。
人总要直面自己所不擅长的事。
哎呀，还有。
Kevin, why do you have to say that to Cosmo? Things are not good at. Come on. Come on, Kevin. You didn't have to do him like that. Theorized that the Oath of Judas was Eponia's key. Eponia foreseen Elysia's death in 10 days. Oh, right. She has the thing, I think it was mostly seen like in the trailer. That was that statue covered in like the chains. It does make sense, yeah. Which would mean that Elysia betrayed. Oh, I see. Wait. Because of the fates that she essentially man, she didn't really change it in a way, but she went there like on her own terms without really caring about fate. I guess it's kind of it sounds more like it's kind of like upside down though. In this case it would be, hold up. She's the one who betrayed Christ. It sounds like Christ would be the one who betrayed Judas here, except as it's Elysia and Eponia. Though it's not really betraying, I guess. It's more of a I don't believe that I'm gonna make my own fate. Even though she eventually died, just in her own way, so to speak. Yeah, Eponia did use the... I mean, we don't know, but she likely did use the key of binding. That was very suspicious there with the statue and the binding chains. It definitely does sound like Oath of Judah. So you do got a point there. The connection might be there. I think we never knew who used the Oath of Judah, but assuming someone used it, definitely Eponia.
有啊，还有杰哥，他居然在帮蛇姐做手术。你
the
没
heck?
听错，凯文老大，他不
You what
是手
now?
术台上的那个，而是在地手术刀。
The world is ending. What are you doing this, Pardo?
听到这样的消息都面不改色。
He was surprised. What was he doing?
凯文老大
Why did that
哎
face?
呀，看来我的说法很有效呢。
Huh?
想要拥有普通人的生活，就要学会一技之长。
艾莉西亚，是你。
Huh?
当然是我啦，惊不惊喜？不过我也没想到， 没比乌斯这么轻易就会答应我的请求。果然，面对我的邀请，即便是外表再冷冰冰的人也无法拒绝呢。那么，眼前这位同样冷冰冰的先生，我有一个提议：威尔为新研发的凯文加温武装，要不要试一试呢
？Kevin heating armaments？
天要黑了呢。凯文，今天过得怎么样？
一如既往。
啊，只是这样而已吗？这种感想也太无趣了吧。
还不错，除了输给你的部分。
连凯文都变得斤斤计
Kevin
较
lost
起
to
来了
Alicia
吗
once. Interesting. That was probably a long time ago, though.
起风了，看来明天也会是个晴天。
艾莉西亚，这就是你所
This
向往
proves
的
that
生
Alicia is
活
quite overpowered, though.
原来凯文是小时候会乖乖在周记本上写下自己理想生活的那类人呐。我可没有考虑过这些啊，我只知道大家脸上的笑容是真实的。别再思考这些漫无边际的事了，总是揣着一肚子的忧虑生活，可是会少年白头的。
He still doesn't have gray hair. I think it's just white hair, so.
总之，不需要考虑那么多，
very light
只要
gray, to be
顺从
honest,
自己的
maybe.
心就好了。就像现在这样平凡的一天，也不错呢。
Facts.
真是令人怀念啊，这样平凡而平静的生活。啊，你问我这些
Alicia
事
is such like
是什
a
么时候的事？
positive person. Even when bad stuff is happening, she always tries to stay up, positive and
从来没有
smile.
发生过。真是的，我要用一副上当受骗的表情看着我呀。像我这样善解人意又温柔体贴的女孩，怎么忍心向你撒谎呢？对吧？可是，那个时代就是这个样子，总是游走于危险之间。
What's this?
总是身不由己。即便获得了短暂的平静，也会很快陷入新的麻烦。
True.
在那样的情况下，这样风平浪静的生活，好像也是一件奢侈品呢。不过，这些故事也不算是完全虚构的啦。如果真的有一天，一切尘埃落定，他们一定会像这样生活吧。
Indeed, Honkai didn't take it away from them.
他们原本就是这样的人呀。即便因为种种原因变得不复当初，
I'm gonna do random stuff.
即便用冰冷的外壳
Not
武
sure
装
random
自己，
stuff is, though. Have fun, though.
但是我见过他们最初的样子，也记得他们最本真的模样。所以，当幻想，或许应该称之为祝福。当虚构的未来在眼前上演的时候，他们也自然而然地出现在了那里，以我最熟悉的模样。或许，这才是每一段旅程、每一次相遇最浪漫的事情吧。我会记住每个人的曾经，也会守望他们的未来，当然，也包括此刻的相遇，因为这才是你们赠予我的最珍贵的东西啊！你说，谢谢我呀？你这么说，我可是会害羞的。
Damn, this is fan service trailer.
我也很感激你啊。毕竟在此之前，我们真的走过了一段很长、很长的路啊。见过多少种景色，就经历过多少风雨。谢谢你愿意倾听我的故事，告诉我，我未曾错失什么。谢谢你愿意见证我的过往。 告诉我
It's already the end. Holy heck, 18 minutes passed by
谢谢你
fast.
的陪伴。
I thought there would
让
be
我
more.
在每一次驻足回首，已经快要看不清起点的时候，
Alicia, I hope
身
you're
边还能
alive.
有一个声音告诉我，
Back when you
这
returned
漫
to
长的旅
Honkai,
途
maybe that has something
没有
else
虚度。
as a meaning.
而现
Hopefully.
在，这场没有终点的旅行还会继续下去吧？我或许还会遇见很多很多人，见证很多很多奇迹，铭记很多很多的欢笑和泪水。到了那个时候，可以像现在这样，
I have another theory
一
about
起
what
分享我的故事吧。
returning to Honkai may entail. One possibility is the place that Mei was in. That would essentially be well, the beacon of origin. I don't know what to call it, but it's a place in imaginary space. The other possibility is the cocoon of finality. Returning to Honkai being the cocoon of finality, maybe would essentially shape the cocoon, maybe, so that finality wouldn't have control over all of its searchers. And the third possibility is she essentially just became Honkai energy. And it's somewhere, but she's dead. But that energy persists as a change, essentially making able to Ursers to break free from Cocoon and be able to retain their humanity. So those are 3 possibilities. I hope it's the first or the second one, but probably unlikely. I think, wait, I'm forgetting something. Did they say that if Elysia survives, she would be changed or something? I feel like I've heard something about Beacon of Origin in the chapter. Or was it... I think it was about Elysia. I really need to look back. There's a lot of stuff. The Cocoon of Origin. Is that actually the name? I don't remember hearing Cocoon of Origin. I've heard the beacon that will lead to Origin, which is like a place in imaginary space. Is that the Cocoon of Origin? Is that the actual name? But yeah, I feel like she might be in that place. Whether she's alive or just completely just turned into energy. I guess that's the question, but that will probably be it. Maybe that left something to do with what happens in Act 3, right? I've been calling it the Beacon of Origin. Maybe that's wrong, though. The beacon, I think it's just like the thing that May got from a dream from Vilvi's back door. So yeah, but the name might actually be Cocoon of Origin. I know it's a place in imaginary space that they needed to go through. And that's why Bronya had to force their way in through Project Stigma, and she was able to temporarily open a path. I don't know if the name is Cocoon of Origin. I actually gotta check that. There's a lot of stuff I gotta reread to make sure like I get every single detail. There's a lot of stuff in Act 2, and I'm hyped for Act 3. Especially since it left kind of in a cliffhanger. They left saying like, oh yeah, it was just a message they left for Elysia. There's nothing more, but we know Worship of Origin is a thing, so there's gotta be a way there, and I'm sure there will be more to it. Whether it will entail Elysia if she's alive, or if it will be something else that they missed, there's definitely something there. If there is a cocoon of, sorry, can't read. If there is a cocoon of finality, there must be a Cocoon of Origin too. Yeah, I don't know if it's called Cocoon, but 100%. I think finality and origin are like 2 different things. Even Aichan said, I think it was in chapter 33, that's why the origin betrayed the finality. Like they're 2 different beings. Like the opposite, so to speak. I wonder if Elysia was kind of like an anomaly in the Honkai. Maybe finality messed up, but alternatively, it could be an entirely different thing. Which will be Origin, a Cocoon of Origin. It does make sense. Either way, Origin is a place. Whether that was born from Elysia, probably not. Or if that is essentially like a opposite thing to finality, which I think is probably more the case. It's definitely going to be interesting. It might be Cocoon of Origin, yeah. But they are equal opposites, yeah. Origin is different from Honkai, so it's not Honkai, but finality. I wonder if there's like more to Origin. We know like the power of Origin, Elysia being able to essentially make her just be able to retain their humanity and not be bound to finality, but I wonder if there's more to it. Like maybe they could explore that in the future. I don't know if by sealing the Honkai, maybe Origin would be sealed, which I guess maybe because the PHO May isn't Ursher of Origin May. Alternatively, maybe the Origin would continue to exist while the Honkai energy maybe would be sealed on the Cocoon of Finality on the moon. Origin betraying finality must be Elysia joining humans. Yeah, if Origin is Elysia and they're referencing directly that, definitely. Maybe it was, like May said, a very rare chance of occurring that just happened. Alternatively, my theory is like maybe Origin is like an opposite to finality, and Origin essentially gave birth to Elysia, which would be betraying finality as a Ursher. But yeah, Elysia gave them all a chance. I need to see Act 3. I swear to God, there's 3 days left. It's too much of a time. Alright, let's get back into Honkai though. We've actually caught up to Genshin and Honkai. It's been a while since I've been caught up, especially Genshin. Sometimes I'd miss like a trailer here, a trailer there, like we had with Nilo teaser. And then there was like the Faruzan Collective Miscellany. We've just been missing trailers every now and then. And now we're caught up. But yeah. The moon's origin and finality. That is gonna be a very interesting one. I don't think we we don't have like a how many acts will it be? But it'll probably be around the same, I'm guessing. It's a shame that I actually have work on that day, so I'm gonna be doing it in the afternoon. There's also this. It's gonna be quite interesting. Unfortunately, they're time locked. I got 2 currency right now. I gotta do those dailies. I think this is the place. Serves at the beginning for May and her friends. Origin of the world. You know what? Let's replay the final act. Spoiler warning. Like right now, let's just do this. See if there's anything we missed. And then we'll do Red Lotus. Origin gave it to Elysia, will make her the daughter of God. True! Jesus! Origin can be said to be God. The origin of all things. Yeah, they said origin of the world. Right here in the chapter description, which would make her Jesus, so to speak. Yeah, I think like origin is its own entity. Like we had finality being an alien entity. Maybe origin is also an alien entity. Alternatively, origin could be connected to the imaginary tree, and maybe it's just a thing that creates worlds, so to speak. But then again, I guess he wouldn't really intervene, so probably not. I think origin might be like its own entity. It could really just be something from the imaginary tree too, though. But yeah, I think origin is definitely like its own thing, and it essentially Elysia was created from it, which would make her the daughter of origin, daughter of God. Yeah. And now before I rise, let's see if there's anything we missed here. I feel like this domain kind of like maybe like it's kind of like fitting to herself. Kind of like a what do you call it? There's a term in Genshin. Domain of consciousness. But would also be origin. So it kind of like I guess kind of like imaginary space, where space is not always like very precise. In Otto's case, we had a church in that location, so it can be kind of subjective, but it can also be a real place. So these would probably be origin. May definitely miss something here. Right in the origin of the world, this place represents the beginning for May and her friends. It's probably not made by Vilvi. I think this is actual origin. I don't think Vilvi would make this. Even though we know Vilvi would have access to stuff. I don't think it's the cause of Vilvi. Maybe it's origin itself. Though Vilvi did want to send a message to Elysia probably. I don't know if this is the work of Vilvi. Maybe it is. But the domain of consciousness might be its own thing. Born from origin. Maybe like origin is that kind of place. It is an imaginary space, so it does make sense. Alternative, I guess, yeah, it could be Vilvi. But probably not. This reminds me of my own novel story. Wait, what are you making right now? Like, story plots, like title. What kind of thing? Is it also related to kind of like, Christianity? And then like being based on? Should do what I need to do. No, we're not doing what we need to do. We're observing the place. Okay, nothing too special here. This is the place in Reburn. I guess this kind of makes Reburn kind of canon, but also not. See that? Like, there's a lot of stuff here. This is the what's the name? I'm forgetting names today. What the heck? The academy. Oh god. What's Semba Academy? I think that was one of the translations. There's another name though. But you get what I mean, right? Where May studied and eventually became Nagazora, the one at Nagazora. That's Saint Freya. If there's anything there, you don't think so? Those are just blocks. This is a normal train station map. But yeah, this is definitely like a mind space, so to speak. Because the base of the world of the story is two opposites but equal things. The end of all things and the origin of all things. Yeah, which is actually very similar to what Honkai seems to be doing about origin and finality. That's in Freya. That's gonna be very interesting. They could do a lot of stuff with that. And you too. So have fun writing the novel. Not to mention she came here with the help of her friends and absolute resolve and faith. Vilvi. It's a mix of a lot of myths, Christianity, mainly the Gnosticism branch. The Gnosticism also has something to do about end and origin? Or is that like a different type of myth, so to speak, that you're being based on?
Hi.
With a sigh on the other, as the other wasn't reaching her. Once again, they were trying to reach Elysia, so this makes me think that this is the actual place that Elysia returned to. Origin. Maybe if Vilvi tried to send her a message, Dr. May would still be alive at this time. Maybe Dr. May was the one who said, okay, if you send her to this place in imaginary space, and you know she's very smart and she knows things that I don't have no idea how she even came to the conclusion of. But she could be knowledgeable about these kind of things. And maybe she suspected that although Elysia returned to Honkai, she could possibly still live out there in, although essentially stuck in the cocoon of origin, so to speak, or the beacon of origin, whatever you want to call it. Kind of like how when sealing the Honkai, Kiana maybe might still be alive, possibly, but in the cocoon of finality on the moon, which is where Honkai would be sealed. Of course, it's just a theory, but maybe Elysia is still alive. Kind of like how Kiana might still be alive if Void Archives were to go ahead with a plan and unseal the energy on the moon, which is a lot of copium. It's not happening, right? Kiana's gonna... sad. Kiana might not really be a... I mean, if the Honkai was unsealed, unless they have the way to banish it like Void Archive says, which I doubt it, yeah, Honkai's gonna return. I guess maybe that could be part 2. Probably not, though. Cocoon! Oh, this is where I heard about it. I swear I remember hearing that somewhere. It wasn't the entropy part. It was Vilvi who said it. Cocoon. So there really is a thing. Yeah, what he said, it's definitely right. It's the cocoon of origin, right? This wouldn't be finality. So and if Vilvi is sending the message here, that's where the beacon led to. This then would be the cocoon of origin. Because that's what it was sending towards. It's not finality. She didn't return to finality. She returned to origin. Which would make this the cocoon of origin. May not retain their personality. That is what I'm scared of. But maybe she's still alive. Maybe she could find a way. I guess finality could also be different in origin. I guess maybe if you return to finality. Kind of like Kiana might do. Sag. Maybe she will. Oh god. That means that even if she returns, she might not. It's a possibility though. They did say may not though, so I'm kind of hopeful. Probably very much copium. Okay, that is what I wanted to know though, so we don't need to know the rest. Cocoon of origin confirms. That is the name. And they may not retain their personality. That side is not confirming it. And this is where Elysia returned to. So maybe we'll see her again. Hopefully. I gotta read back on the anti-entropy part, but I'll do it off stream. And then also there's a thing called Mona. I think it's like the true god, right? Is the origin of all things. I think I've heard the word Nimona before. Essentially between like the false god and the true god. It would be the true god, right? If I'm not mistaken. Infinity Abyss. So here's the thing. I tried this 2 times. And I can't complete the first stage. That's how bad stuff is going from my Abyss. I need to demote. This is my first time in Lotus. In Red Lotus. So I'm gonna actually just go ahead and try to make the best of my buffs here. Like, we need to make a good team here. I've tried Eponia, Ash of Truth, and Pardo. It didn't work out. I've tried with Ellie team, Ice team. Didn't work out. Didn't do enough damage. So I'm thinking of maybe trying an Ice team next, but without Eponia, and full on Ice team support. So we'll see if maybe Ash of Truth can make up for that. I'm thinking the Ice enemies might be a bit of an issue though. Anyways, we need as much damage as possible. So that is what we're looking for. This is 1.5% total damage. 1% elemental, or that's resist, okay. 2% all elemental. I think this might be better. 5% crit. We don't have a physical team. Faster move speed, no. Crit rate. That's just Elysian Realm. These ones are only effective in Elysian Realm. Resisting damage. No. Oh, this is expired. Okay. Okay, I don't think there's many chances here. Okay, I think this is the best one. The third one. Hold up, I haven't seen this one. Yeah, that's physical. I think this might be the best one by 0.5%. So we'll go with that. And we'll try it out then. Alright. This was the previous team I used. I'm gonna replace Eponia with Sushang. This one, after weapon skill, the team deals 22% more ice damage. Okay, that might be 20%, sorry. Ice sound increases in combat for the percentile, and my team increased by 10%. So hopefully that works out. Let's try it out then. Ice damage here. Okay, we're gonna try it with this. They recommend physical, but I don't have Urge of Sentience. My Durandal only has this weapon over here. And our Sigma is kind of like all over the place because I only got 1 Bianca set. I don't have any support stigmata aside from Carol's M stick, but I don't have her weapon, so my physical team is horrible. So I'm personally not very interested in using the physical team, so let's try this. If this doesn't work, we could try Flame Scion. I think they do more damage to fire enemies. Could be wrong though. What is this true god? Yeah, that is what I heard about then. Demiurge is the god that created the world. Wait, so wasn't Demiurge the false god? So Demiurge created the world, and I'm guessing the true god Monad created the Demiurge and the universe, so to speak? Or is there more to it? Alright, let's try it out. Weapon skill buffs elemental damage, if I'm not mistaken, but let me just confirm it. Okay, it doesn't say us. Hold up. We gotta know what we're dealing with. Hold up. Let me check her 6. All element. Okay, so this, I was just wondering if it was gonna be fire, lightning, or all elemental. No, it's all elemental. So it does buff ice damage too. Okay. Start by getting to. I think what we can do is this. Okay, never mind. I can't. They're not max. If they were max, we could do that. Oh wait, we didn't change the team. Hold up, this team doesn't work out. You gotta change the team. Forgot to put Sushang in. No, we need Sushan gear. Okay, let's try it again. Full Lush of Truth team. Ice enemies might be an issue though. Okay. Now we do the skills that actually support our teammates. Let's see how much damage we do now. Neela Seed, but the ice enemies, yeah, they're an issue. The creator is the false god. Is that why physical world is imperfect? Oh, so there's like the spiritual world, so to speak. I know some religions have that. This is not gonna work. I can see it from the damage on the ice enemies. This is not gonna work. We need something else. I tried Aponia. Gonna try something else. How does Eden work? Would maybe Eden and Aponia be a good team? I think it's just lightning damage support though. From teammates. Yeah, we would want to use a full set of Vandal, right? Which I don't think I have. But I do have the B1, which Aponia is using. SP restoration. No, we need that on. We gotta do something else here. Maybe her. I don't know. This is definitely good. That is a fact. We gotta use the weapon that has an actual weapon active. I think this works. We need one with less SP cost. It's too much. Okay. This is a weird choice, but I don't know what else I could use. Maybe this. Wait. The wielder deals more ice. Cause is there an ice support in this? That would be good. Not really. This one is also on like crit rate though. It's 0 SP. It's gonna be a weird team, but I don't know. I don't have a weapon. Okay, I don't think this is gonna work out. She's SS though. Next we try Aponia here. Bio is strong against Psy, right? We try the enemies, the ice enemies, or Psy type. So this might work well. Hopefully. Yeah, we keep it like that. Okay. Let's try again. This is not gonna go well, but we're trying it anyways. Maybe there'll be some surprise onto Aponia's damage. Hold up. Start by trying to alter, and then we need to make sure we stock up on the energy here. That's why we go with Eden. How much damage will he do? Hey, Eden's actually doing decent damage. I mean, for Redlotus standards, I guess. Okay, and the pony is ready. Pony is ready. Hold up. Okay, wait, hold up. This might be good. Floor 2, okay, in 40 seconds. This might be a new record for me, maybe. Okay, that was some big damage on the Honkai Elders. that actually gets enemies closer. You know, this might not be bad. Again. I keep it up. So I plan on reading chat for now. I will be trying to. I'll be checking out chat after we finish up here. Oh god. Okay. She got hit with big damage. It's fine. There are also imaginary enemies here, so doing this will be good. There we go. Get ready. Ponya is still doing her thing. Alright, Ponya's ready. Okay, Neo's seat is left. Can still do big damage here though, because they got Eden support. There we go. Okay, I might do this. Holy heck. The Ponya Eden is actually OP. Maybe I underestimated them. Even though they're not imaginary, it's still doing way more damage, especially with the ice enemies. They are needed. Okay, get that buff. Switch to a Ponya. Sorry, Eden. Eden is imaginary though. I'm guessing that's also why the enemies are taking so much damage from her. Okay, do this. And we get a Pony's QT, which with their Shift Truth Bardo, we wouldn't be able to. So even though we're doing less HOTR damage, the Epona damage makes up for it. I guess I do have a 3 out of 4 though, so I guess that makes sense. Oh, that was entirely blocked. I hate this enemy. Okay, he's down to his Nilo Seed though. Okay, hold up. We can get another combo. And the ult. Okay. There we go. Okay, now ults. Alright, pretty good damage. Even though the Nilo Seed is back. Oh, don't you dare block it again. Oh, I hate this thing. Okay, here we go back. Nilo Seed is back. Okay, we got the ult. Oh, our damage is going down. This is bad. Still got another floor. Come on. Go down, please. There we go. Final floor. Okay, I don't think I ever got here. No, I think I did. I got like 4,800, so I did get here. These are mostly just imaginary enemies. Okay, do the ults. And we'll go back to our Shift Truth. There we go, we get the extra lasers too. Now switch to Eden, which is also imaginary, so perfect. Eden is also our DPS. I forgot how overpowered she was. This team might work out. Hopefully. I don't know though, timing's kind of bad. Okay, do the ults again. Again. Come on. Damage is going down or what? Okay. It's gonna take some of them down, right? Right, I just got the Nilo Seeds. Alright, come on, ults. Let it do some big damage. We already achieved a new record. So come on. No, that Nihilus is gonna restore for sure. Oh, this isn't looking good. It's a record, but it's not looking good. We failed. There were just 2 enemies left, right? I hate Redlotus. I want to go back. Guys, just never make it to Redlotus, okay? Just a tip. Like, my 4 out of 4 Elysia failed miserably. I guess this team did better, but it still suffered. Opponent team with Eden and Dirge of Truth. Gnosticism basically says the biblical God of the Old Testament and the New Testament are 2 different gods. With the old one being the false god. Basically, they made the new god and called it mightier than the older one. I say. That was during the time of the New Testament, so there were, I think, a lot of branches, right? So the Mona would be like the true god. I see. They got a lot of Gnosticism in Genshin mostly, but there's some hints of it in Honkai too. Yeah, I'm not doing it. We used our best team and got so close. You know what? I'd rather lose trophies. If I get back down to Agony 3, it may be a bit painful, it takes a bit long, but at least I can definitely get past the first stage and the second one and the third one. The boss one might be a struggle. The secondary one might be a struggle, but at least I don't fail on the first one. What the heck is this? This was a huge difficulty spike. Agony 3 wasn't easy, but it was doable. It took you a long time. If I wasn't so desperate in farming for crystals for finality, I would have just demoted on purpose, so I could have an easier time doing these weeklies. Because I don't like spending too much time on weeklies. But, you know, right now I've been making an effort on it, hence why I reached Redlotus. Big mistake. I'm actually losing crystals right now because I can't get any of the 100. Maybe I could get like 25 if I tried hard. In like 10 attempts with that team. Maybe it would actually work out. I'm not someone to do that though, so I'll just hopefully demote. Why is there no record on a lot of people? I'm guessing that's why they didn't do it yet, right? There's one person who did it. And they did well. What kind of oh, SSSs. Okay, let's check this out. They use Sakura on the team. Igakumaru. Oh, oh wait, no, that's not our team, right? That's their showcase. Domain of the Void, level 65. Syrian Ascendant. SSS. Of course. Wales. Right? Maybe she's just been playing for too long. Oh god, yeah, I stand no chance here. And I'm glad I don't, because I want to go back. Was explain the difference in behavior? God's behavior between the Old and New Testament? You mean behavior, I'm guessing? So like they believe essentially the old god is, which would be like the false god for them. Wouldn't be that nice, so to speak, if that makes sense. Because the physical world is imperfect. And then there'd be the true god, yeah. I'm not doing Redlotus. I've had enough. That my other teams did like 4,800, I think, for the second one, which was Search of Truth, Epony, and Pardo. And my first one is 4,500, which was a straight up ice team, which I actually got it right here, I think. Not this one. Where can you check? I think you have like in share lineup, right? For some reason, you actually gotta send it, I think. I think you actually gotta send a team, but I'll just send it to chat. This is my ice team. Ignore the stigmas here. I took 2 of them out, but it would be 4 out of 4. This is my Pardo, and my Sushunk's doing kind of but she's alright. I lost my M Stigma because I forged Willows. So this is my Sushunk right now, basically. That's a pretty overpowered team. Yet I wasn't able to... I was only able to get 4,500 with it because of the ice enemies. Then I used Aponia and Pardo. Pardo to support Show of Truth. And I did 4,800. And now I did 5,100, I believe. Or 400. Wait, what was it? 5,600. It was really close. I only had to take down 2 more imaginary seeds. But to be honest, I'd rather demote. So please get me out of here. God in Old Testament punishes humanity harshly for minor things. The New Testament is about love and forgiveness. Yeah. I'm guessing they made that because, well, life isn't that nice, so to speak, and there's a lot of flaws, and so to speak, in like if God made the world, why would things be like this and stuff? I guess they want to make it nice for God, and hence the new religion came up. Gnosticism is really interesting though. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff in Genshin basing off. There's also Honkai. There's the Su part in second key. That was like a god above. We don't know what that god is. Could be an Eon. Could be just something else entirely. While we have a bit more context and a little bit more of space to theorize with Star Rail's Eons, we don't exactly have any clue if that thing was an Eon. What Eon would it be? We have no idea. So it still remains like something like a mystery to be solved in the universe. So, but yeah, it kind of screams like Honkai is a false god, and that thing, whatever it was, would be a true god. Then again, I guess Eons are just probably related to imaginary tree, and Honkai is just an alien being, so it's not even a god technically. I mean, it's kind of treated as a god in Honkai, which makes sense. It's so powerful. Eons are from Gnosticism. Well, what do Eons actually mean in Gnosticism? Well, it will be Eons with an A, but I'm guessing it would be the same. What are Eons, by the way? I'm kind of curious. In fact, I can probably look it up. One monad, Aeon, Teleos, Bythos, Proarch, Arc, and Eons. Let's see. The source of all beings in Eon, which is an inner being dwells known as Enoa. I think I've heard this before. I think I've looked it up before. Enoa is something similar. I feel like I've heard that word before, but I didn't even understand the thing, so I just skipped it. Conceives the second Eon news, which is, I think is actually one of the Eons. Mostly purely ideals. Yeah, they represent an ideal, right? They are above even of the demiurge. Are Eons ideals by any chance? Like they're like the ideals themselves, so to speak? To a purely ideal nominal intelligence super sensible world. They are immaterial, they are apostatic, which I'm not exactly sure what that means. Which they emanate, they form pleroma. The lowest regions of pleroma are close to darkness. Darkness would be the physical world. Interesting. They also mention the word noses here. They are part of the mind of the monad. I see. So that's why they'd be ideals, right? I might actually look into Gnosticism. There's a lot of stuff. I'd probably look into like what references else could be between Eons, archons, and potentially any terms from Honkai. I think mostly like Star Rail seems like the word eons is already in. News, by the way, I think is one of the eons. I forgot what it was about. But it's one of the eons, if I'm not mistaken. I think there was one who changed name. I don't know if that's the one. I don't think it is. I think only the path changed name between CBT1 and CBT2. But I feel like there might actually be a lot more connections to Gnosticism in Star Rail. There's also one other Nanook and Ad something. Advilum? No, probably not. That was a term, like there's like a loading screen in Honkai Star Rail. I've seen a few. One of them was about Nanook, and that was like a specific term. I don't know what the term is anymore. I forgot about it. But it's when like a world was destroyed or something. It's a weird term. It's not Gnosticism. It's another religion. But yeah, it's once again they're them basing stuff off of that, which we can take a lot of insight what they might be by knowing what they're based on. Like when a mana thinks and creates a concept, eons are created. Wait, hold up. Creates a concept. Eons are created, and they are created in pairs, one female and one male. So when a concept is made, 2 eons will be made. Any concept at all? Hold up. This is lacking a bit of music. A bit too silent. Let me put an OST on YouTube. I'm kind of hungry though, so I might end the stream soon. It's also been going for 3 hours. But I'm curious about the eon term, so I can wait a few minutes. Let me see if I can find that thing of the Nanooks. Adliven as the world fell. They were born from Advilun as the world fell. This is one of the loading screen quotes. Adliven. Hopefully I'm not pronouncing the words wrong. In Inuit religion, Adliven are the spirits of the departed who reside in the underworld, and by extension the underworld itself. Beneath the land and the sea, the souls are purified here. In preparation, they travel to the land of the moon, where they find eternal rest and peace. Basically, souls of a dead. Which in this case, in Honkai's case, would be souls of a world in which Nanook resided in. Once again, kind of symbolizing that Nanook isn't really an entity, but rather several entities, which is rather interesting. So there's a lot of stuff. There's also other Eon names that I'm probably gonna look into it, to be honest, for Star Rail. I'm like Star Rail might be my main game, if that makes sense. I guess we gotta wait till the beta though. I hope, please, daily commissions, don't do them. I haven't seen much, but from what I've seen, some of them were like repetitive battles. Please have a way to skip them someday. We don't want another Genshin daily commissions V2. I hate those. I sometimes do them when I'm in the mood for it. Like I do it for a few days. But then it starts getting repetitive and I just stop doing daily commissions if I don't really need them. It's a bit of a pain. Like I love Honkai's daily system. Imagine being so powerful that your thoughts are sentient. That's how we're being demonized. So they're basically thoughts of the nomad. Ideals, so to speak, which is kind of what's referencing here in the wiki about Eons, so I guess they would be sort of ideals of the nomad. Polaroma is I'm not exactly sure what that is. Yeah. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end the stream here though. Thank you for the info on Eons, by the way. And yeah, it's been a long stream. We've done Honkai, we've done Genshin, stuff. We're actually caught up now, which means we can focus on Star Rail, which is what I'm gonna be focusing next, and Honkai Impact 3rd chapter, which is gonna be on the 23rd, and then we can probably have a week of Genshin. I'm thinking like we do Lantern Rite, we do at least some story quests, and then depending on how Star Rail stuff goes, we might just do like not focus too much on anything. Alternatively, if we somehow have spare time and I manage to do what I'm doing earlier, maybe I'll do like a world quest stream. Probably not though. I still got the Arnara ones to finish, so I'm not gonna start a new world quest until I finish the Arnara ones. But yeah, I'll do some story quests, and the Lantern Rite, we're definitely gonna be doing those. Then not soon after, it's Genshin's finale. Oh, sorry, Honkai's part 1 finale. So there's a lot of stuff coming here. It's gonna be hype. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it off here though. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, Mao, for coming to the stream too. And thank you, Agent, which is not here, but it's been here for a long while. Thank you all, and yeah, have a good